Welcome in. How are y'all doing? It is nice to be back to yapping. I like put on the music, but then the music video for some reason has a really long intro of 17 just like, just like looking into the camera, like really intensely. So it was a second. You remember me? Your name rings a bell, yeah. Hope you guys didn't forget, like your name. It just sounds like Meiji Emperor. I'm the Emperor. I hate that. I was trying to keep that a secret because I just wanted to, just stream as a normal person. But yeah, that's me. Rich Ajuma fit. Thank you, thank you. It's actually I'm not wearing it, but it's actually a matching top and skirt, and I just felt like it gave like such Jenny vibes, and I was like, I need this. But I'm not wearing the bottom because, like, why would I wear a skirt on stream? Like you can't even see from the waist down. I'm almost always wearing leggings. And I'm wearing my Pilates leggings so I don't have to change afterwards. And welcome in, Razi. Congrats on being first. Didn't you wear in that photo? It was really a photo shoot. It was just a picture, yeah. Oh, sorry. You mean like in front of the green screen? I mean, sorry. Outside. Not even your formal. I have different leggings. Okay, I have like my casual lounging around leggings, which are like the soft material, and they're kind of like really like pilling because I wear them like at home like every day. Those are the ones I'm normally wearing on stream. These ones are actually, I would say these are my formal leggings because they're the ones that are more like, they're more durable. That's why I wear them to Pilates because I felt like if I wore my soft ones, it was getting kind of like it would like rub on stuff, and like there's too much, like it just like I feel like these ones are better for activities where they might get damaged, I guess. And then I have a third pair of leggings which are very thin and kind of like a shiny kind of smooth material, and those ones are good for just like going outside, like it's like they're meant for like running, but generally I use it for like hiking and stuff. And these are comfy, but these ones are more like compression-y, I guess. Like they're just a lot thicker, so they're not as comfy. I refuse to believe you touched actual grass. I went outside a lot, I went so many places. I went to sports games. Like I'm such a sports guy now. I was like at work and they were like, "Oh, what'd you do on your time off?" And I was like, "I went to sports games." And then we were talking about sports, but none of my coworkers really know about sports. Like one of them watches American football, and I was like, that's not related to us at all. And then one of my Irish coworkers was telling me about hurling, which is like a Irish sport, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I was like, I thought you were talking about field hockey, but it's not. You were first. You definitely have the evidence of being first. Decompression leggings. I feel like sometimes I want to like sometimes I want to have like compression socks on the flight. Like people say it's really good, but I have never tried it. But now I'm kind of like I'm kind of interested, but I don't know if they hurt. I have my hot water. Even though it's like 24, it's over 24 degrees in my house right now, I have hot water. It's nice. I don't know if you can hear it, but like I have like allergies or something, so like it just my throat is weird. You're not the sports guy at the water cooler. That's me. I'm the sports guy. I'm like, guys, I went to see Messi. But no one actually cared. I was like, oh yeah, I went to see Messi, and like no one cares. I thought like maybe only like certain demographics of people will care about Messi, but like people here in Vancouver seem to care about Messi. I don't know. Like I personally didn't care that much about seeing Messi, but it was like cool, because like if he's like the Sidney Crosby of soccer, but like not many people get to see him. I guess I don't know. You can't watch American football and carbon tax carnies can't. No, he's no carbon tax carny now. He removed the carbon tax, so those ads no longer apply. Yeah, we did have an election here in Canada as well. Yeah. Not that we're very politics people. We know what happens when we start talking about politics here, there's always some random person that's like has like a really weird take. But finally, the Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre, he lost in his own like riding, like his own like we have like ridings like different like basically like sections where like we all vote on our own MP, and he lost in his own one. And I was like, what happens? And I googled it, and then it turns out you can still be the leader, but you can but you just lost your seat. But you can still be the leader. I was like, okay. I was like, surely like, do you want the person to be a leader if he can't even win in his own riding? Like, I don't know. Ija knows more about sports than our other coding coworkers. Apparently. Well, I don't know how much my other coworker watches American football, so maybe that's it. Hot water in the Middlesbrough. I knew you'd clock that, Zirconia. You weird UK knowledge. Messi went to see you. True. He should have looked at me and waved at me. But yeah, honestly, like, Whitecaps were playing very well. Like, there's this guy named Brian White, and we went to one non-Messi game before, and he scored 4 goals. Like that's a pretty large amount of goals in a soccer game. So he's pretty good. And their captain Ryan Gold is injured, so he wasn't even there. And it's funny, I was watching this K-drama and the lead was named Ryan Gold. But it's like, that's the name of the Whitecaps captain. Messi is like the greatest footballer of all time. So he's more like a Wayne Gretzky, is what you're saying? Like of all time, like of all generations, is what you're saying? Because like that's more like seeing Gretzky. That's actually more impressive because I could probably see Sidney Crosby whenever I want. Like he's still playing. If I just watch a Pittsburgh game here, like he will probably be there. Now he's Call Me Carney. Oh, okay, sorry. I wasn't keeping up with the nicknames. It's by Miji voting for the bloc. Yeah. Do they even run here? Dude, is there even like a bloc Quebecois presence in BC? Probably not, no. In Wakaminville, enjoyed his lost 3 party leaders lost their own rat. That's so sad. That's crazy because I was like, I never even thought about it. I was like, what could even happen? Like, but I guess they just can't be an MP, but they could still be like the leader. But it's like that's so embarrassing, right? Same thing happened today in Australia. Labour won big and the Conservative leader lost his seat after Labour were behind the polls for ages. I feel like, yeah, a lot of times the polls are not accurate, right? Like, yeah, you kind of have to take them with a grain of salt because it depends how they do it. He's Gretzky. Oh, okay. Okay, if Messi is like Gretzky, then that's pretty impressive to see him, honestly. But I guess I'm seeing him at like the end of his career, you know? Because like I was watching them play, and I would always try and keep my eye on Messi to see if he does something cool. And he did some cool like dribbles. He like dribbled over, and then he shot the ball. He hit it directly at the goalie, and the goalie just like caught it. I was like, I could have saved that. But yeah, Yohei Takaoka, the Japanese goalie, he saved a shot from Messi, and there was only like one shot from Messi on, I think maybe 2. But yeah, it's he was cool. He did some cool dribbles. He got past some guys, but he didn't really do much. But honestly, their whole team was not that great. And yeah, and apparently there's like other famous Barcelona players also on Miami FC or whatever it's called, but I don't know who they are, so I could not pinpoint them. I'm doing good though, Billy. I hope you're doing well too. But the Gretzky is very popular these days. I mean, he's been retired for a long time. And welcome in, Maestro. How are you? The thing about Messi is on a hard worker, so on his off days he just walks around and does nothing. But he's one of those geniuses that can just score out of nowhere. Yeah, I feel like I don't know enough about like football like tactics to like really appreciate what he's doing. Because I was like trying to understand, I was like, what makes him so good? Like, is he really good at dribbling? Because like for me, what I would notice, like if he was like dribbling and just deking everyone out, and he just like makes it all the way to the goal, you know. But like, I don't, I didn't see him doing that. That's probably not a common occurrence. You have to see me to do sport recaps. Oh God, I half the time I don't really know what's going on. And at the soccer games, they don't do like replays of things. Like they'll be like like someone will get like a yellow card, and then I'll be like, what was the yellow card for? And then like no one no like they don't like replay the foul, so like you have no idea what happened. But in hockey, they will always replay it. Um. And welcome in, Jimmy. Thank you, thank you. Hope you've been doing well. And you're doing well, Maisha. I'm glad to hear that. You get a dribbling to doing free kicks. He did do a free kick. He did 2 free kicks. One time I was in the bathroom, but the second time I saw it, and it wasn't much. It wasn't that much. Like he didn't really. Yeah, it was. I think it was kind of far away. I think that's the issue. But yeah, honestly, our team, the Whitecaps, did a lot more. And apparently, it's not normal for everyone to boo Messi every time he touches the ball, but for some reason Vancouver was like really upset at Messi, or like really wanted to boo Messi. So every time he touched the ball, like even a little bit, people would start booing. So we're very anti-Messi, but like half the arena, half the stadium is in Messi jerseys. So it's like, which is which, you know? You see him on TV when he was at Barcelona. I actually have a Barcelona jersey. Like remember when I used to play Switch Sports? And then Mark got me a Barcelona jersey. I didn't know that Messi was on that team at the time. Maybe someone told me, but like I could not remember. And then on Wednesday's stream, I was like, oh yeah, I wore a Barcelona jersey to the Messi game because I heard he once played on Barcelona. And then Zirconia was like, bro, he played there like his whole career for like 17 years. So I didn't know that. He was very loyal to one team. He's very, very associated with Barcelona. I did not know that. But yeah, I didn't see many other. I saw a few other Barcelona jerseys, but not too much. Play-by-play announcer meet. I'll be like, he kicked the ball, and then what happened? Why did you do that? Why did you fall down? Like, what's their problem? But yeah, they don't even like. The referees aren't even mic'd up. Like they don't even speak. Like in hockey, the refs are mic'd up and they'll like say stuff, and then or they'll give like a gesture. It'll be like charades. They'll be like high sticking, or he'll be like roughing, you know. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it is. And then after the play resumes, there will be a guy on the mic. He'll be like, number 43, Quinn Hughes. 2 minutes for roughing. Like he will say that. So it's like it's very clear. But like in soccer, there's no one announcing these things. So I'm like, they only announce the substitutions. I'm like, do I care? Like, no, can you tell me what happened? Because there's like so many penalties, right? Or fouls. And I don't know what they did. The other Barcelona guys are Busquets, Suarez and Alba. The only thing I heard about Suarez is that apparently he's racist. That's what I heard. But I feel like that's quite common in football, no? Because like I hear a lot of times they do like football fans will do like pretty racist like chants and stuff. Because like when I watched the CONCACAF game, they would say like, oh, like they kept repeating throughout the game like, oh, like discriminatory behavior is not tolerated, like you will be kicked out of the game, you won't get a refund, or if it's so bad, if it's like so bad and like it continues, then like the players will leave the pitch. And then if it still continues when they come back, they'll cancel the game. And I was like, what are they talking about? Is it like one guy? But then I think they mean like if the whole crowd is like chanting like something racist or something, you know? And I was like, why would that happen? But then I looked it up. Yeah, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's actually pretty common. But I could not see that happening here. Like, honestly, I could absolutely not see that happening here, but it's probably, I know it happens in like Europe and stuff as well. But it's like, it probably just depends on the crowd and depends what happened. And then like Jack was telling me as well, like apparently like when the European. The when the British team like loses the Euros or like loses whatever, like people, they're like the racists come out and they're like, oh, it's because of the black people on the team. It's like, bro, let's get out of here. You wouldn't say that they're winning. They do so many racism chants. Yeah, I did not know. I didn't really like consider that because I was like, oh, like does it mean like one person? Like, well, I was like, why would they stop the game? But then I thought like, oh, maybe like if everyone is doing it. But yeah, I don't think that would happen here. I mean, I would I I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that wouldn't happen here. Um, some do monkey. Oh yeah, I heard about the monkey sound. That's so racist. Like they really should like, and I'm also like, if someone if someone was like racist in the like a player, right? Like I feel like why are they still allowed to play? Like they should not be allowed to play anymore. I feel like that should be their consequence, you know? Like why make it a hostile environment for the people on their team, you know? They might just say that if they win. I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, it's and I thought that about hockey too, because there's like hockey players who have been committed for crimes, like drunk driving. Like one person like some people have like yeah like literally like injured or killed people in like a DUI, for example. And I'm like, why are they still allowed to play in hockey? Like what in what world? Like why would you want like allow them? It's so weird. And welcome in Pokemon. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the 3 stream streak. Yeah, there's just like I was like like looking about this and I was like, that's crazy. Because if I was in charge, I would not want those people. And I feel like that's like a really messed up culture now. I can't get into the sports thing, you know. Like it's I feel like when a lot of times like I enjoy watching sports games and I think it's quite fun, just like getting into it with like like everyone's kind of like cheering together and I can see the appeal of that. But there's also like so many very questionable sides, right? Like of sports culture, and it's very like I don't know if we necessarily have that here because here it's quite it's a lot more broad. But yeah, I have no idea. You watched a couple of European soccer games. I think it was Spain and England, and now that was worse. Oh, that sucks. Another World Junior player on trial for SA won't be back in the NHL. Oh yeah, I heard about that too. I mean, like, yeah, if they're still allowed to play back in, that's awful. But I'm sure I think there's some NHL players who have been like accused of it but not convicted. Um, but it was like the evidence is pretty strong towards them, but they just like obviously just wasn't strong enough to get convicted. And some I think there's people like that and still in the NHL. Maybe my show at the time, 2004, 2005. Honestly, I never watched soccer that much. Like I think I went to one Whitecaps game back when they still played at the PNE. I think I've been to one game, but I don't remember it very well. And I probably couldn't even name any soccer player. Maybe aside from like the most famous soccer player in Canada is like Christine Sinclair, right? But she's retired now. Professional athletes tend not to be the brightest people. I feel like I got such a rose tinted view. Like okay, watching Ted Lasso, right? Ted Lasso will be like everyone is so nice and like progressive and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's probably not like that in because I was looking it up. Like, there's a storyline in season 3 of Ted Lasso where one of the players is gay, right? And he comes out, and then like everyone's accepting whatever, and like that's great. But like I'm like there's probably no like speaking of like the culture, right? There's no openly gay players in the Premier League. Like the only ones who have come out are like ones who have retired already, you know? And I'm like that kind of speaks to like what kind of culture then the sports kind of culture might be, you know? And apparently it's like also it's very opposite in like women's soccer leagues. Like it's pretty common for women to like come out and like be openly, like openly gay in like women's leagues, but like it's just not a thing in men's leagues. Russia will accept them for hockey, but Russia is great. I mean, yeah, fair enough. The NHL is woke now. No, it's woke for not accepting criminals. Like, I mean, they do accept criminals, but just not very violent criminals. Who knows? Yeah, but then also when I'm watching sports, and I see like the players get like angry about something, and then they're like fighting. I'm like, personally as a human, I cannot understand. Like, I literally cannot understand what like I just when I just watch that, I'm just like, all I see is just like I'm just like, oh, wow, they have such poor emotional regulation. You know, like that's all I can think about. Like sometimes they get really angry, they like break their stick, and I'm like, you okay? Like you're a grown man. Like you're a grown man. Like you should have a way of like, or expressing your anger, like containing your anger. Did they ban a guy permanently who beat his wife? I hope so. It's a competitive nature taking over. Oh, yeah, I guess I get like way too into the competitive spirit, but I could never imagine like breaking stuff or like there's that guy recently who hit that guy Forbert and they were like fighting, and then he like punched him while he was down, and he broke his orbital bone. And I'm like, he must have punched him really hard for that to happen. He was already down. I'm like, I understand like fighting is part of the game, and like yeah, you fight here and there, but I don't think they're ever trying to like seriously injure each other. And I'm like, bro, what's wrong with that guy? Like literally, like why are you trying to hurt your fellow players, you know? Media play by play would be awesome. I'll do a stream where I'll stream like NHL and then I'll do play by play. While you have kids, Belch tests in a bit. Oh, I hope they do well. That must be fun. Yeah, I only did karate that one time, and I never progressed past no belt. So I don't have I don't have any experience with this because I really disliked it when I was a kid. But mostly because I just when I was a kid I just thought it was boring, like because like they would make us like sit there and like talk about like respect. I'm like, oh, like I just want to like punch things, like that's why I'm here. I just want to kick things. Namiji knows Muay Thai. As for a while, I was actually considering I was like, oh, maybe I should do like a martial arts, because I'm sure it is useful, like for at least some form of self-defense or whatever. But I don't want to get hurt, like I don't want to get hurt during practice. Maybe should do some Super Mario Maker 2 and do a couple of Kaizo maps. Why? I'm so bad at platforming, Maestro. Remember I played Super Mario 3D World and I died 300 times just trying to finish it? And it's not even a hard game. Legend has it that Mija's been in the UFC and she retired as undefeated. That is true, Maestro. I've never been defeated in a UFC match. That is the truth. Your class is pretty intense. Yeah, I probably would not survive. Even if it's full of like 10-year-olds, I don't think I would survive. The kids would beat me up. Absolutely. But good for them. Good for them. I think the oldest, if it was like a boy, I think the oldest boy I could probably fight is like a 10-year-old. I think once they are at the beginning of puberty and they're like growing a bit, like I don't think I could take them anymore. Like if they're like 12, like I think they're already too scary. They're already gonna beat me up, Although I was reading a post on Reddit about this woman who, or no, it was about this man who's like, he was a retired like college wrestler, so he put all his kids into wrestling, and he has a 15-year-old daughter who's also in wrestling, and her 15-year-old daughter was like doing like high school wrestling, and his wife was like, oh, I could take our daughter in a wrestling fight, and he was like, bro, you cannot take our daughter in a wrestling fight. She's pretty good. And like the wife has no wrestling experience, and then she got like completely destroyed by her 15-year-old. And like it's not even like that embarrassing. Like it's like a 15-year-old. It's not like she's like 10, you know? Like she's like pretty like probably pretty big at this point, you know? Almost full size. So yeah. And the experience is very crazy. And also like watching Physical 100, the wrestlers are crazy. Like in like when they're like grappling or like full like when they're like fighting or wrestling in the mud, it's like it's the technique is like so crazy. Can we get a regulated fight of a 10-year-old versus Miju? I could do it. I could do it. Did you get grounded around that time for fighting? I never got grounded actually as a kid. I don't know if like my mom just didn't know about grounding. She might have not known about it because it's not like a common. It's not like I think it's a very Western concept to like ground your child. Um, so I never got that. I've never been grounded. But honestly, like you can't really ground someone who likes staying at home. You know, I feel like grounding is such a weird punishment. I feel like these days the punishment should be like taking away your phone, right? Like it's just like I feel like that's the worst punishment. Turning off the internet, that'd be terrible. But I never even got that. But yeah, it's I actually never got those punishments. I was a good kid. I was a good kid. I didn't get in trouble too much. I would maybe get lectured a few times when I was a kid, but nothing crazy. You're 2-0 in fights. Were you fighting your sister? No, a good kid. Yeah, I was following the rules, you know. And my mom is pretty chill. Like she doesn't have like really strict rules or anything like that. So there wasn't many rules to break, you know. I think that's a good thing. I'm a I think I functioned well in just like not a non-strict environment. I cannot even like fathom like really strict parents, like where it's like you're not allowed to leave the house or like you like stuff like that. I can't even I don't see the point of that. You should trust your kid. I feel like the more strict you are, the more rebellious they will be, you know? I fought some guy in high school, then I fought some like 18-year-olds when I was 20. What were you doing, Ratzi? Why were you fighting them? Why are you beating up 18-year-olds? Yo, 5 minutes late. Get me my slipper. Oh no. I don't think we have the slipper. Yeah. Yeah, so it's more like, you just get like yelled at, which is bad enough. I don't think, yeah, there's never anything like grounding. Actually, I don't even know if like my friends got grounded. I don't remember any of my friends being like, "Oh, I can't come outside because like I'm grounded or whatever." I feel like that never happened. But maybe all my friends were just good kids, like, or maybe like it just wasn't a popular punishment in my area. I don't know how it works. But yeah. What else have I done? Well, what else were you guys up to while I was gone? In the last 3 weeks, what'd you do? It's been like amazing weather here. It's been like practically summer. A couple of days ago, I went grocery shopping. It was 22, 24 degrees, something like that. I was like, it's so warm. Oh, the Baldur's Gate patch 8 came out. I'm sure that's what Zirconian has been doing. I was in the Dominican with a group of people, including my sister, and these punks were trying to take advantage of her being drunk. Oh, okay. That's good that you beat them up then. Good for you. Unlike Ratio was not prowling. Okay, he clearly was not prowling the streets looking for fights. Maybe those guys were looking for a fight. Yeah, I gotta maybe I gotta learn how to fight a bit, I feel like I already do a lot of classes, so who knows. I know I said on Wednesday that I don't have Pilates today, but I actually do have Pilates today and I don't have it next week. The schedule is all over the place. They kept messaging me. They're like, "Oh, there's no classes Saturday." And I was like, Okay. And then they're like, oh, actually, there is class this Saturday, but there's no class next week. So like, hopefully, this is it's fine now. We figured it out. It's over, you know. But yeah, I did play a little bit of Baldur's Gate, but I didn't get very far because I don't really mind that much about the classes. I like the new spells. I like some of the new spells. I don't know which ones are new, which ones are not, but like I think the new spells are cool. But like I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I dislike Act 3 of Baldur's Gate. After a few days off, he resumed the tactician round in Anti-Ethel Saravok. I don't know who that is. Orin and Lorokin. Wait, you did... That's a lot. That's like... Anti-Ethel, isn't she in Act 1? And Orin and Lorokin are in Act 3? You finally managed to hit 10 million net worth on Schedule 1. That's like the weed game, right? Like where you're like running a dispensary or something. Also bought gloves and a knife in CS2. Okay, cool. Ethel's in Act 3 as well. She comes back. I guess she doesn't die. That's a good point. Yeah, I never did that. And I'm sad I missed the... Speaking of Act 3, if when I get back there, I'm sad I missed out on the Raphael stuff, you know? But I need to get back on that. So I need to finish that off. And hear the epic Disney villain soundtrack, you know? Yes, there's Baldur's Gate. What else? I played a bit of Split Fiction. I think I mentioned this on Wednesday. I played a bit of Split Fiction, but didn't get too far. I think I spent more. I'm only on like chapter 1 or 2, but I think I spent more time dead than alive. So that's how that's going. I was trying to do Sarah Vok, Orin's uncle or whatever, at level 11, but it was impossible. Oh, the grandpa guy, right? That came back as soon as I hit level 11. It was just free. Honestly, I've never like paid attention to my levels. I didn't know it mattered that much. But then when I did when I was playing on stream by myself, everyone was like, "You're under level," and I was like, "Oh, I understand now." I understand. Draconian can't even beat a gram, but yeah, people beat this game at level 1. Come on. Just gotta get good. Yeah, I think I was level 12 by the end of my main play. Maybe level 11 or level 12. I didn't do like a lot of side content. So maybe I don't remember. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really pay attention to the levels. I just got annoyed every time I leveled up because I have to like pick all the things again, and I was like, that I don't like leveling up. Normally in games it's good, but in Baldur's Gate it's tedious. You hit level 12 pretty quickly once you reach Act 3. Okay. I guess I was level 12. Mija needs to learn the speedrun method. The speedrun method is like they have like a long jump and they just like jump everywhere. I watched the devs react to the speedrun. And yeah, they literally just like jump through everywhere. They're like, jump. And then they just jump through everything, which apparently is very effective. But my stupid little bard character can only jump like 2 feet, so I don't think she would be good for that. Every time there's like, oh, you need to jump up here, and I'm like, I can't get up. I can't do it. Yeah, she's very unathletic, but that's, you know, if I'm role playing myself, I guess that's pretty accurate, you know. I had to stack strength. I think I was just getting like deception and stuff, you know? Deception and persuasion and stealth. I like that stuff because I like stealing stuff and lock picking and stuff like that. Liza can do it. She's dead. She died. Somehow early in the game she somehow died. She's not there anymore. But that's okay. That's okay. And welcome in is staggering from Deadmonton. What happened? Why are they dead? Oh, apparently the Oilers did win their game 7. Was there a party in the streets? It was at like 11 p.m., so maybe it was a bit late. You killed Lae'zel in your honor mode run before you even recruited her? Why? You've embraced a no healer life in Baldur's Gate. There's just all the damage. Just throw potions on the ground. It's fine. It's not that interesting here. I've never even like considered going to Edmonton. I was like, if I go to Alberta, like I'd go to like Calgary or like Banff, right? Cause at least Calgary, you can go during the Stampede, and like a lot of people going during the Stampede. What do you do in Edmonton? I heard the Edmonton Mall doesn't even have a roller coaster anymore. What's the point? Cause you rolled poorly. Oh, you killed Lae'zel, rude. You heard lots of honking. They're crazy about hockey. Every time they show it on TV, there's like so many people in the streets, and they do like the whiteout, and then there's like so many people dressed in white, like huge, like just like waves of people. There's a water slide with a loop, a vertical loop. That seems pretty dangerous. I feel like I would not trust that on a water slide. And why would you go to the water? Why, like, you go to the mall and you have to change into your swimsuit? Is that what they're saying? That seems like a inconvenience. I don't know. And welcome in, Chicano. How are you? Yeah, I guess you heard it here, guys. Don't go to Edmonton. Apparently, it's super boring. Unfortunately, LA lost. Yeah, I don't know. Just wear your swim. You can't just walk into the mall with your swimsuit on, can you? I guess if it's specifically the small with the water slide, you can. I have no idea. Good morning. Oh yeah. Also, so I surprised you, but I wasn't actually planning on going to Edmonton. Better cancel your flight. I know you already have it booked. Yeah, if you're, I mean, obviously, guys, if you're gonna go anywhere anywhere in Canada, it's got to be Vancouver. You guys know I'm a shill. You know, it is much nicer here. But I've never been to Calgary, so I've only been to the airport. Actually, was nice. Other than that, I've not been. In the airport, they have a little like a little transport like bus thing, and you can get it on. You can get on it, and then it'll take you to the gate. I was like, that's nice. Toronto is cool too. Yeah, but if you're choosing between Toronto and Vancouver, you should go to Vancouver. Unless you really want to see Niagara Falls, then you can go to the East Coast, I guess. You haven't been to many states and you keep your bias. I mean, yeah, Pacific Northwest is just the best place. We have to agree. Going to Vancouver, use code MeCheck for 5% off. That won't get you very far. It's very expensive here. West Coast is the only viable states in Hawaii. Yeah, I've only been to New York outside of the West Coast. Does Vancouver or Toronto have more K-pop stores? Probably Vancouver. I don't know what a K-pop store is, though. GST free, exactly. Just don't pay taxes, it's all good. I'm on the Vancouver train. Exactly. I mean, the only bad thing about here is that the K-pop tours don't come here, but if you're traveling on a vacation, you're probably not coming for a K-pop tour. Maybe you are, I don't know. K-pop star you're staying in Europe? No, we have so many vegan restaurants here. We have so much vegan options. Don't even worry. I'll have some popcorn store. I don't even know how to respond to that joke. I have no response. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's something for everyone. You know, there's nature, there's sports. You know, I don't know. We have lots of stuff. We have really good food. Especially Asian food, very, very good. But food of all cultures, very, very good. Except maybe Mexican food. So that's too bad. Thank you for the best. Probably gonna be better now that Justin's gone. Justin's been gone for a while. You make it sound like he's dead though. He gave up his leadership like a few months ago. You have good Norwegian food? I don't know. Do we? Let me look up. Let me look it up. And the liberals did not lose the election, by the way. He just decided not to be the leader of the party anymore. Where's Ricky today? Why? Okay, let me look up Norwegian restaurant. Is that even a thing? Norwegian restaurant. None of these things look like Norwegian food. Koss waffles. Koss waffles. Is that Norwegian? It looks Belgian. I don't know if this is Norwegian. Like berries in Turkey? I don't know. No, it says Norwegian waffles. Is that a thing? Norwegian waffles. I found it. It's just downtown. Okay, and another waffle place called Canful. Yeah, this is Norwegian waffles again. Okay, I guess that's what we like, Norwegian waffles. Oh, and there's a Scandinavian restaurant downtown as well. Okay, let me find the menu for you. Let me see what they got. Okay, that's the drinks. Where's these are all drinks. Can we have none of these things look very Norwegian sounding. Hold on. Brunost cheese tart, fermented black apple. What? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Norwegian waffles is a new boba. There's like 30 places. And Wakamin said, I hope you're doing well. Brunost is the most Norwegian thing. Okay, there is a Norwegian restaurant. There you go. You'll have to try it. I saw you went to a taco shop. You went on Granville. Is it still there? There's probably a taco shop on Granville, but normally people eat like seafood on Granville. These are all. Is this a snack? Where are the food? These are all drinks. Oh, dinner here. Look. Bee pollen milk buns, burrata, chicken fried maitake. Just trying to pick out the things that sound Norwegian. I have no idea. I have no idea. So many things. It just it's vaguely okay. Wild rice rosti with the umlaut above the O. Does that count? We have a Danish place. Reddit told me to boil potatoes at home to get the Norwegian experience. Oh no. I remember like a million pizza parlors too. Like every other store was a pizza shop. I don't think we have that many pizza parlors. We have a lot of sushi places. We have a lot of sushi. We have a lot of boba. Stuff like that. But not... we have a normal amount of pizza, I feel like. I have no idea. Umlaut is Swedish. Oh no. I mean, it does say Scandinavian restaurant. So I mean, maybe it's like a generally Scandinavian restaurant. Getting boba tomorrow. Sounds good. Boba is yucky. I'm actually team boba now. I used to not like boba, but now I'm kind of on board. But I feel like it's very filling, you know, because like you eat all the pearls and then it's like it's quite filling from that, you know. And then I'm like, but I guess that's good, you know. It's like a little snack, a midday snack. You've never had, but you don't have boba, or you said you've never had it, or it doesn't exist. Your friend is throwing a car meet at his boba shop. Whoa, that's awesome. I hope you get free. Do you get free boba or do you get a discount? They put black ball things in your drink. It's good. I honestly I was kind of anti boba because like I don't like when you're drinking and then like solids are coming through the straw, you know? And I'm like I'm here for a drink and then like not have to like bite stuff. But like um but now I'm okay with it. Yeah, now I'm okay with it. We have boba, I just never bothered to try it. I mean, surely you could just get like I mean, I always get boba with like oat milk and stuff. It's very I'm very actually I'm actually you'll be very proud of me. I'm pretty anti-dairy right now. I'm just like I feel like I'm just trying to like cut them all out of my life because like as much as I can take like lactase and stuff like that, I'm just like I feel like I'm just not dealing with it well. So now I have like vegan butter. I have okay, vegan cheese is really bad. So I'm not sure what my stance is on this. But the vegan butter, totally fine. And in fact, it's a lot of time cheaper than normal butter. And obviously, I've been drinking oat milk forever. But like vegan cheese, it's not great. Maybe, but I'm gonna pay anyway to support. Yeah, fair enough. Is your car meeting your friend's cars? Oh, it's like a car play date. Drinks shouldn't have floating solids. Honestly, I got used to it. It's okay. I'm not sure if he still has the race car, but he still likes them. Oh, okay, okay. Mija hates the dairy. I kind of do. I kind of do. But then I also like I went to an ice cream shop and I had like their plant-based ice cream and it just like wasn't as good. Like I ate it and it was fine. But then like I ate the real ice cream and I was like, oh, it's not the same. It's not the same. Um, you know what's fire at the boba shop? Lychee green tea. I like the jellies. Yeah, I think tapioca is great, but I like the jelly. I think the jelly is quite great as well, especially in like a fruit-based drink. But the other day I got like a matcha latte, with tapioca, and it was pretty good. I'm very interested to see how your diet changes when you move out, because it'll be whatever is cheap. Did you decide to move out then? I know you're looking at places. But yeah, I'm pretty cheap when it comes to food, but I'm trying not to be now because like my mom was always like, "Why are you so cheap?" Like I'm like I don't know. Like I just feel like a lot of food is so expensive these days. It's kind of a scam, you know. Um, what about cheese? I'm just saying vegan cheese it tastes really bad. I mean, it's not the taste, it's like the consistency. The consistency is really weird. Like if it's like a little bit of cheese on top of something, I have no problem with vegan cheese. But if it's like a whole pizza, I've had like pizzas with like vegan cheese and it's just like the melty consistency is like off. The scientists haven't quite yet reached like they haven't perfected it, you know? Cuz I feel like alternative milk is like totally fine. Um Yeah, and like butter, totally fine. But like cheese is not good. You're a pulp enjoyer? I had one time I had like a orange. I think I posted on Discord that time. It was so much pulp. I was like, it's like basically mostly solid. It's like it's silly. Lychee at the I love lychee. Yeah, I'm such a lychee enjoyer. Vegan food is pretty cheap, I have to just say. Although sometimes vegan alternatives are quite expensive. But if you're just getting like normal, like not like a vegan version of a non-vegan food, like then I think that's cheap. Can't afford a place and going back to school. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, you may as well like live at home while you're at school. My sister, who's the cheapest person I know, called me out the other day for being cheap. Oh no, I guess it runs in the family. What did you do that was so cheap? Can we know? Can you teach me a cheap way? I'm kind of like trying not to be too cheap these days. I'm just trying to enjoy life, you know? Like I'm just like, okay, I'm saving enough, so I should just enjoy life. Although I ate out like way too much in the last 3 weeks, so that was a bit of a mistake, but I did enjoy it, so that's fine. That's fine. Um, Not use a Korean sister. No, I know, I know. You eat out too much? Just eat out less, man. Just eat at home. Eating at home is good, you know? You walk 10 extra minutes each way to the shops because the supermarkets are cheaper than your local. That's not that cheap. What's wrong with that? And welcome in social. Hope you're doing well. But I don't have chicken tenders. You can just get like frozen ones. I gave my new employee a bunch of old clothes I had and made his day. Nice, nice. I cleaned out my closet a little bit too, but I also did some shopping recently, so I kind of had to clean some stuff out. That's what I said. I'm just sensible. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with walking 10 extra minutes for a cheaper grocery store. Because some grocery stores are such scams. Like here, some grocery stores are way too expensive. So it's like, I only go there if it's like, I really have to, you know? But then I'm at the store and they have ready to eat ones. Just get frozen ones. It's about the same. Decluttering. Exactly. Your sister has every shop app. She's a coupon monkey. I don't go as far as coupons. Yeah. I just buy stuff when I need it. Some things I'll wait for a sale if it's like, you know, something I don't need urgently, like you know, like household things, but I don't bother. Shopping where she into? No. I bought this shirt and it was like $60 probably, something like that. So not even, yeah, I'm over it. Saving the environment, no more shopping at Shein. Also because you know, I had that shirt, it had like a ring here. It's like that blue, it was like blue on one side, white on the other side, and there's like a ring in the middle. And what song is this? It is Sejong. It's Sejong. It's In the Rain. But yeah, I had that shirt that was like blue on one side, white on my side, and there was like a metal ring in the middle, and it was from Shein. And now, like recently when I wore it, or like last year, I think like the last time I wore it, it was like giving me like a rash, like where the metal was touching. And I was like, okay, you know what? I think these clothes are toxic. So I'm like, you know, I think no more Shein, you know? And I feel like now I feel like I can just get more higher quality clothes. But honestly, these days, like even the higher quality clothing stores are like so cheap. Like I got a dress. I bought a dress recently. It was $100. Okay, a dress. And then I got home and I was like, it's so sheer. It is so see-through that like no matter what you wear under, like I always wear like safety shorts under my dress, but like no matter what you wear under it, you can see it. And like you can see like if you're wearing like underwear, you can see like complete outlines of your underwear. I'm like, what? It is $100 dress. And it's like unwearable. I'm like, guys, why are you so cheap with the fabric that you cannot even make a dress that is not see-through? Like, yeah, so even like spending a lot of money on something does not guarantee that it's good quality these days. It's so stupid. You'd be proud of me. You didn't buy the Hello Kitty. That was actually cute though. I had cinema. You guys know I love cinema roll. You know. She don't even tie to money. She works as a financial analyst for a major bank. She's just in it for the love of the game. Honestly, I'm the same way. Like I'm pretty sure I actually don't need to budget because like I don't like overspend or anything like that, and I know I have enough money to, you know, for my daily life. Like the stuff I buy normally, it's not like I'm like, you know, I'm not like struggling, right? Like I don't need to like account for every dollar or whatever. And I know I don't overspend, right? But I just budget because I like it. I love planning out my budget and I love tracking my expenses. And then it's never like for a valid reason because it's not like I ever like, it's not like I'm tracking my expenses to pinpoint what I'm spending too much on, you know? But like I just do it. It's very pretty. I love Sejong. I hope she releases a new album soon because her last one was a few years ago. I think she's like acting and stuff these days. Gotta buy 5 copies of the same dress and wear them all. Oh no. Just so it's finally through enough. Do you mean if you're wearing underwear? Good point. Yeah. I just meant like, yeah, whatever. I just meant like whatever underwear you're wearing, you will see. Like I have like lots of like you know, there's lots of like underwears that don't have seams that like are meant to be worn under like leggings, stuff like that. And even those you can see through. And I'm like, come on. What's a cinema roll? It's like, it's this character. It was at the top of the the shirt that you were showing. China just docks all the designer brands anyway, so buy Shein, it's the same thing. I know, exactly. It's like, even like high quality clothing stores, like you can tell the material is not that good. You look at the tag, it's like polyester. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna buy like Uniqlo. Like, come on, it's the same. It's so silly. I think it changed fairly recently as well with like, you know, with stuff being more expensive and like supply shortages and stuff like that. It's just I mean, Shein is obviously like a whole different thing, but even like cheaper clothes, it's like, come on. Clothes black, you buy lots of black clothes at Uniqlo. The K-pop Etsy guy I buy from makes good quality. I mean, yeah, like handmade stuff is really good quality as well, usually. But it's obviously a lot more expensive. You're gonna buy burlap sacks and got armholes in it? Sounds very comfy. I mean, burlap sacks are a bit too scratchy, no? I think you should go for like a softer material, you know? Maybe a garbage bag? Like a plastic one? Yeah, trash bag. I think it's better. You're gonna dye this summer with all your black clothes. Maybe it's time to incorporate some white. I like the black and white vibe, you know? But I feel like I have all sorts of colors. I don't discriminate on color of clothes. um You're old school. I see, I see. No trash. That's too modern of a material. Cannot be plastic. We don't like synthetic materials here. It just discriminates when she does. No, I don't separate my dark and white laundry. I think that's a scam. I think that's fake news. Like I do not do that. I only separate clothes that are really really delicate. Twice, of course, of course. But yeah, I just wash all my clothes together. I don't think it matters. That means she is back. Such like carrying all his belongings in a little sack at the end of a stick. No. I don't separate everything. It's just cold water and low dry. Same, same. Cold water, low dry. That's all you need. Less of an issue with cold. I would never wash my clothes in hot. What's the point of washing your clothes in hot water? Unless I thought it had been contaminated or something, I would not wash my clothes in warm water. There's no reason to. It's just gonna shrink. If I put this in the hot water, I actually, if you guys remember, you probably don't remember, but I had this like tank top and like cardigan that was like black checkered, and I put it in hot water wash while I was on vacation, and it came out. It was like a clothes for a doll. Like it was like this big, and I was like, oh my god, like only like a 5-year-old could wear this now. It was so sad. I was like, wow, it really shrunk, huh? I think most water detergents are pretty good about avoiding color, but if you just wash on cold. Yeah, exactly. And welcome in, protagonist. I am back. I'm back. It's okay. Calm down. Hope you're doing well. I feel like I saw you Wednesday, did I not? Use hot water for like work clothes. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I think anything that's like especially dirty and you don't really care about destroying is fine. I'm gonna separate new reds for their first wash. I don't think I've ever even done that. Maybe if it was like really white, I would worry, but I don't know. Put it on the Shiva blush, maybe. I think I donated it. Maybe some child can wear it now. Be very fashionable. You boil your clothes before you wearing them. If you're Patagonia in 300 Kelvin. Oh my god. Clearly today is your first day. It is, yeah. Surprise! But yeah, hope you've been well since the last time I saw you, which was weeks ago. How do you shrink a shirt? I have this really cool shirt, but it's huge. Put it in the wash, hot water. Put it in the dryer, hot water. Or hot, not hot water. Put it in the dryer on hot. It will probably shrink, but it depends on the material. But I'd be careful. Make sure it doesn't shrink too much. You don't want a 5-year-old shirt like me. You've been mad just plowing through. I mean, yeah, sometimes that is how it is. Hot water drying, guys. I just love hot water. What can I say? Hot water, dry. Hot water, dry. Don't for dry. Fryer. Yeah, put it in the air fryer. That'll shrink it. 300 Kelvin is like 25 degrees, Angel. That's, yeah, I guess that's fine. That's an acceptable temperature to dry your clothes. Try putting hot water in a dryer to dry it. Because the hot water is too wet, obviously. Don't be silly. Yeah, put your shirt in the air fryer. Are you someone who would drink really warm water in the summer? I literally made a cup of hot water before stream. It's 24 degrees Celsius, not Kelvin. Just to be clear. But now it's cooled down. Now I'm drinking normal temperature water. Room temp. You destroyed your mouse pad last night? Apparently it's not. You washed your mouse pad in the washing machine? Ratsy. Why? Just wipe it down. What did you do to it? Why was it so dirty that you had to put it? Why was it so dirty you had to put it in the washing machine? Just wipe it. Just wipe it with a wet cloth. Or at least like wash it in the sink. You're built different. You can't do that. It seems painful. Honestly, when I'm at home, I'm always cold, even in the summer, unless it's like really hot. When I was like 10, my PSP screen was dirty, so I put it under a running faucet. Oh no, did it break? Gonna wash your mouse pad too? I wipe my mouse pad down quite often. Do you have like a cup count or anything? No, I mean, my channel points are cups of hot water. But I don't have a cup counter. I didn't drink a whole cup. Perhaps a dishwasher would have saved it? Maybe. Just wipe it down, man. I think it survived for a few months, had horrid drift anyway. I mean, good for the PSP, very strong. One time I jumped into the pool with your iPod in your pocket. I'm sorry, were you wearing like swim clothes? Or were you just wearing normal clothes? I could be with the iPad. He just has massive pockets. I have enough cups of hot water to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Yeah, you're too frugal, man. Have you seen the prices for 3DSs lately? No. Can you even buy 3DSs? Like, retail? Or do you mean like reselling people? I mean, speaking of like, the price, like, the Xbox went up in price. Kalani posted in the Discord, and I'm like, why are they increasing? Like, you know, once the console has been out for a long time, usually the price goes down. But like, they're like increasing the price of like an old console. I'm like, what? Can you do that? Like, it's so stupid. No one's gonna buy Xbox now, you know? Like, you had board shorts on, like ones that look like normal shorts, but can be, yeah, fair enough. They're like $300 for a 3DS? Come on. Jokes on them, you have your Xbox already. I have a PlayStation, yeah, PlayStation gang. 3DS is godlike though, I can't lie. I mean, but 300, how much are they retail? Because surely DSs weren't that expensive, right? If the Switch is like, well, the Switch is 450 Canadian, so it's probably like what, 400 something less than that US. They were like 150. Yeah, that sounds more reasonable for a DS, you know. Nija has an expensive counterpiece from Sony. That's true. That's true. The good ones too, dual IPS with the C. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what that means. Regular 3DS was like 150. New 3DS was about 250. That's actually a decent price. That's a pretty big price. Because a Canadian would be like, what, 350? That's a lot for a 3DS, considering the price of the Switch. Honestly, I don't mind the price of the Switch itself. Like, 600 is a bit steep. But like that doesn't even bother me as much as paying $120 for Mario Kart World. Like, how could they charge $120 for Mario Kart? Like that's what bothered me. And they charge and $125 for the Joy-Cons now. Like that's ridiculous. I thought $90 for the Pro-Con was a scam, and now they're charging like 100 over 100. Like 120 or 125. It means both screens are IPs, and the C stick is a new 3DS. I don't know what a C stick is. The issue with Xbox raising prices, they aren't gonna convert any PlayStation guys. Like they got me now. I switched because it was so much cheaper. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, no one's gonna buy it now because like now it just seems like okay, the same thing used to be cheaper and now it's more expensive. Like why would you buy? It's not even like they're like. It's not even like they're releasing a new console. It's more expensive. It's like the same one. Like it's the same. I even use my Switch as much as I love to play the remaster Breath of the Wild and giving Switch 2 a wide berth. I mean, yeah, personally right now I have no reason to buy the Switch 2 because like one, it's super expensive, and two, like all the games are super expensive. I don't want to buy an upgrade for my Breath of the Wild. You know, like I don't care that much. I'll consider buying Switch 2 if there's like a game I really want to buy. Shoot, the NS2 might be the console you don't get on release, breaking your tradition. I mean, like, I don't think I've ever really gotten a console on release because, like, for me, I just buy consoles for the games I want to play. So unless there's like a really release game I'm interested in, then I wouldn't. But I don't think I've even been like a like I was like a gamer. I would say when PlayStation 5 came out, but it wasn't even really on my radar. Like I didn't really know. I wasn't really like in like gaming circles or like gaming news, so like I didn't really know about it. And it wasn't something I even I had like just gotten my PS4, so like I didn't even consider it. And it was like impossible to get anyway at release. I got your Switch 2 pre-order. I mean, I hope you enjoy. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, obviously, like we're just stating like what we personally want to buy, right? Like obviously, if you want to buy it and enjoy it, like I hope you enjoy it. Did you got the bundle, right? Cause like that's also crazy too. Cause like the bundle price of Mario Kart is like half the price. It's so much cheaper. Like if you ever want Mario Kart, you gotta get the bundle. Someone posted in Rin's Discord the other day. Someone speedrun Breath of the Wild as an NS2 demo. Yeah, I saw that. Someone already speedrun Breath of the Wild. I wonder how much faster the. I wonder how much. I saw Player 5 posted a video about it, but I didn't watch it yet. Like, I wonder what it will do because it's already so fast. Like, it's like the record is already so fast. Like, it's like every time I see a new one pop up, I'm like, how is it that fast? I remember like sub 20, like when I was actively following Breath of the Wild speedrunning, like I think like sub 25 was like crazy, you know? And now it's like they're way past that. It wasn't an entirely clean run. In what way? I think P5 is sub 22. I think he is 22 and not. I can't even keep track anymore, honestly. I thought it was like sub 23 out of 22. What's the Hundo world record at these days? Well, it's Player 5 as well. I think it's like 14 hours. We can literally check. We should stop guessing. Speedrun.com, Breath of the Wild. Any percent is 2258, so it's sub 23. And 100% is Player 5 at 14 hours and 47 minutes. Oh, but Ikudapan is at 48 minutes. It's so close. It's a minute off. The Hunter run is not. It is. It is. I mean, Player 5 has like all the records right now. The main board records, I think. The guy grabbed the file closest to Hyrule Castle. The file? What do you mean? Sorry. The demo had a bunch of pre-equipped files, and they're limited to 10 minutes at a time. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you can't beat Breath of the Wild in 10 minutes, unless. Yeah, but I guess it's just to show like there you can't show the whole run, but like you can show some things that are fast. People who were allowed to play Breath of the Wild on the NS2 demo kiosk were only allowed 20 minutes to run it, and the speedrunner beat it in 15 minutes. I mean, yeah, fair enough. If you don't start at the very beginning. Can I point out a cool stream and chat unrelated to you? Sure. And welcome in, Ricky. How are you? 15 minutes. How? I think they said that or Social just said that this file was not a new game. Bernie Sanders is streaming. Isn't he like 100 years old? He's streaming? That's crazy. Looks like wind bombing. What? Wind bombing doesn't work on Switch 2. They patch it out? Really? That's so petty. I hate that. I actually hate that. I will not play Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 without wind bombing. That's so stupid. Wait, so you... It's not... You can't speedrun Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 then. Because they wind bomb a lot. It would be inherently slower even if the load times are faster, no? I think that dude failed the wind bomb. Is it definitely patched out or... I don't know. And welcome in, Jojo. If you're doing well. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I thought wind bombing was FPS dependent, or I'm thinking about some other glitch. I think the super launch is FPS dependent, but I think maybe the wind bomb is okay. But they wind bomb a lot in the shrines. Like the only reason Player 5's or like Player 5 is wanting his time down further and further because he's adding all these like wind bombs in the shrines and like all that stuff, right? Someone did it the NS2 demo kiosk and the NS2 experience, the wind bomb. So maybe it's fine. I was hoping that guy. I mean, you can fail wind bombs. It's fair enough. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that, Jojo. Yeah, I guess I'll watch the Player 5 video. I added it to my watch later, but I didn't get around to watching it yet. But I am curious. Maybe I need to try to midair. Try to midair. Yeah, fair enough. I suck at midair wind bombs. I've done though, but I suck. It's crazy. Like I wind bomb so much in my challenge runs and stuff, but I never really bothered learning. Like square first or midairs. I was just like, whatever. It seems much harder. Yeah, so maybe it's still fun. I'll watch the video to get the real information, okay? I feel like we're all just like, oh, I heard this. I guess I'll find out in June. I mean, it's only a month away. I wouldn't know if Meiji sucks at wind bombing. Never got it. I did not suck at it. As much as Chikano made fun of me, you have to admit, my wind bombs were pretty consistent. At least just normal, like, square second. That's not really what they're called. Mid-air wind bombs are the ones that scuff the most. Yeah, I think they're just a lot trickier. Never went for those rather than getting on another Yeah, exactly. If glitches are still in, I definitely want to replay that game. Honestly, yeah, it'd be so, like, I don't know, it'd be so nostalgic. I'm not gonna get a Switch 2 yet. But like, playing Breath of the Wild is so nostalgic. Or did you blow yourself up a lot? It was a channel point redemption. It was one. Most of them were not accidental. The song is one of the cutest dances. It does. How is June so close? I know. It's crazy. It's already May. The Switch comes out in less than a month. That's crazy, you know? Um, and Night Rain comes out at the end of May. I'm very excited for that. I guess Night Rain comes out so close to the release of the Switch too. Interesting. And they have a game coming out for the Switch too, but that's next year. You see BB in June. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. A month and 2 days. I thought it was June 2nd. Is it June 5th? May the 4th be with you. True, that's tomorrow. Speaking of Star Wars, I watched the prequels. I was forced into watching the prequels. I have not watched the original ones, the original trilogy, so maybe that was like tainting my perception. I thought the prequels were okay. I was entertained for the most part. But I'm personally, I like good character development, and I don't think those movies, they barely had characters, much less character development. Especially the first one. When I even think about it, I'm like, do I even know a single thing about Qui-Gon aside from the fact that he's a Jedi and he's good at fighting? Like, do I know anything? Like, what is his motivations? Like, who is, like, what does he want? What does he do? Like, not, like, we don't know anything. Come on. This year has been a blur me every year for the past decade. It's true. That's just how it goes. It goes by so fast when you look back. The original trilogy are the good ones. You haven't seen it yet. One day. I remember watching the originals being bored until they got to fight. The first movie is pretty boring. Let's be real. The first movie is quite boring. Because it's just like, I don't know, there's just not much going on. And I didn't really understand the plots that well until like the third movie. Like, I feel like I did not really know what was going on with the Empire and the Republic or whatever. Like, I had no idea. I feel like the movie does not explain it very well. In Walkman P, Andy's handsome. Qui-Gon? Qui-Gon's pretty handsome. Jar Jar Binks the Sith Lord and Qui-Gon got bodied by Maul. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in that. Because I remember like watching it and I was like, don't they have all these powers? Like that force field? I feel like I don't really understand what powers they have. Because like they seem to be able to do telekinesis with the force, right? And they seem to be able to do like a force jump. Like they can jump really high and they can run really fast. But they never use it. Cause like I'm like, what if Obi-Wan could have done force stuff through the shield thing that he was stuck behind, you know? I'm like, can you not do that? I don't know what they can and can't do. Want to stay but you're sleepy? To the power of 4. Oh, not to the power of 4. Okay, get some rest, Ricky. It was nice seeing you. Darth Maul, the Sith Edgelord. And also, yeah, speaking of characters, Darth Maul was not even a character. Like, do we know anything about him aside from his name? Like, no. We know he's a Sith. We know he's evil. We know he's like the Padawan of Palpatine. Does he even speak? He might. I don't even know. Like, what is the point of this character? Just to have like my theory while watching it was like they wanted him to have the cool double-edged lightsaber so they could sell it as a toy. They were like, toy sales, it's time. Because he's like such a non-character. I went back to watch the Breath of the Wild vid. The speedrunner loaded in front of Hyrule Castle and he tried to win bomb twice but failed, so he had to go up without it. Interesting. Who was it? Is it like a known speedrunner? I can feel. Funny story about Maul. He was the actual fighting choreo for the movies that just made him a Sith with like no lines. That explains it. But why? Like honestly, like there are some cool moments, and I like understanding like the moments that people talk about and like that are like well known. But in terms of like character writing and the characters themselves, I feel like it it does not succeed as a movie in that part. And it doesn't even succeed as a movie in like in that like I know what's going on. But maybe it's because I didn't watch the original trilogy, but like I did not really know what was going on. And I was watching the other day. I was watching. If you guys know Dylan, Dylan is not in trouble. Dylan is in trouble. I can't remember. He's like a movie commentary guy, and he was confused about the relation between there's like the Jedi, and then there's Count Dooku, who's like the leader of the Separatists. But the Separatists are they're together with the Sith, but then there was a guy who whistle blew that the Sith are in the Senate, and he went to Count Dooku, and then they were separating from the Republic because they thought. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, can someone explain the plot? It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I'm not too bothered by plot stuff unless it's like completely confusing. Did not know what's going on, and I just didn't know like, yeah, I just didn't understand like the character motivations. I was very unconvinced. I did like Qui-Gon even though he had like no characterization. I thought he was at least cool. You know, he was cool. Darth Maul was at least cool. But then like, yeah, I was not convinced that like Anakin's turn to the dark side. It was very sudden. They had a lot of movie to set it up, and like obviously he was really weird and like kind of like messed up. So I could see that he could turn to the dark side, but up until like 2 minutes before he turned, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn you in. Like I'm gonna fight you, Palpatine. You can't do this." You know, like he was like against it, and then he was like, and then they were like, "Oh, but you could save Padme," and he was like, okay. And he was like, "Can you murder these children?" He's like, "Sure." And I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, and then like, I just like, it was like such a, it was not very well, like, I didn't buy into it. Like, I really did not buy into it. It did not make any sense. Like, as soon as he was like, he showed up to kill those children, I was like, what is going on? I was like, literally, what is going on? Wind bombing is still on the Nintendo Switch 2 version. Let's go. Let's go. It would be unplayable without. And it'd be so petty for them to patch it out. You have a deep hatred for Obi-Wan too? I didn't feel that strongly about him. I just thought he was like, I don't know. It wasn't very, like I just feel like none of the characters have like very strong characterization. You know? Like I just feel like I don't connect with them very well. And I love stories. Like my favorite movies are like coming of age films where it's like only character development, you know? So for me, it's like, it kind of ruins that. What about Yoda's fighting choreo in episode 2? He popped up. He does jump around everywhere. He just flipping around everywhere, you know? Anakin killed all the Jedis. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like he turned very sudden. And then at the end, he was like about to kill Padme. I was like, bro, you did all of this for her. Why are you trying to kill her? And he like killed her. I was like, or like, I don't know if he specifically killed her or like childbirth killed her, but like, he was like, he like was ready to kill her. I was like, what happened? Like, literally, what happened? You did that all for her. The whole point of the story was that he was turned to the dark side only for Padme. And then he was like, oh, you don't agree with me? I'm gonna kill you. Like, I have no idea. Like, is Anakin's story, like, he's just, like, some, like, weird, like, wife murderer? Like, I don't know. Petty and Nintendo are one and the same. True, true. You'll love The Last of Us. I already do love The Last of Us, man. I've seen it. But I haven't watched season 2 yet, because I just feel like I might start watching it today, but I just wasn't emotionally ready. And like a part of me doesn't want to. As someone who's played the second game, I don't know if I want to watch it, but then I kind of like I feel like I have to. Anakin kills for the love of the game, apparently. Anakin got obsessed with aura farming. Yeah, he just wanted the aura. You too got that aura. I do like Anakin as a character. I just was not convinced. One, that I was not convinced that Padme falls in love with him. Like, is anyone actually convinced? Like, if some guy, not obviously, Padme, whatever. People are into different things, but like, um, if some guy was like, I met him when he was like 5 years old, and then I meet him again later in life, and then um, he was like, I can't even remember what he said. He was like hitting on her at the start, and then he was like, they were at the beach, and then or they were at the lake house, and he was like so smooth, so soft, and he like touches her back. Right after she told him, "Don't look at me like that. You're making me uncomfortable." She specifically said the words, "You're making me uncomfortable. Don't look at me like that." And then he rubs her back and then tells her she's soft. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Um, and then and then and then yeah, he just keeps saying. And then he was like, "I killed the woman and I killed the children too." And then like, and then he admits to killing innocent women and children. And then after that, she's like, "I love you." And I'm like, I don't understand this story. I don't understand. And then he's like, I like dictatorships. And I'm like, what is even going on? Padme eventually dies because she died because she was sad. I thought she died because she got choked. That's Persona 5 out. Child Anakin and Padme. Excuse me, George Lucas. Hello. I know. But then I think I misunderstood their ages. Everyone says like in the original, he was 9 and she was 14. And then so when they meet again, he's like 19 and she's like 24, which I guess is fine. But like, I didn't really understand their ages, honestly. Like, it was like, it made it seem like when I watched the first movie, I thought he was like 5 and she was like 15. Like I didn't really. The ages were very weird. Like the boy who played Anakin in the first one was like really young. They meme the crap out of episode 3. Yeah, it's so weird. And then like, can someone explain what Obi-Wan like ends the fight? He's like, "It's over. I have the high ground." But like, what does he mean? Is that like a established thing? Like, if you're on the high ground, you will always win the fight? Like, I don't understand what that means. I feel like that's not been true. Like I feel like they fight at all sorts of grounds. And welcome in, Doug. Hope you're doing well. Anakin just looks like he's constipated all the time. I don't think the problem is the acting, because like we know like Liam Neeson is like a good actor and like, but like I think the dialogue is just so bad they could not save it. Big dictator fan, Anakin. He really loves dictatorships. Yeah. Hayden Christensen got memed so hard. He was a constructor. I don't even think he was a bad actor though. Like I think he did the best with what he had, but the writing. How can you make that like convincing? Like how can you make yourself seem romantic if you're like so soft? Like so weird. He has the high ground, Miju. he has the high ground. Yeah. That made no sense at all. I don't understand. Like. It means he one-upped him. I guess so. Anakin was making an intimidation check and he rolled a nat one. Oh no. That's what it means. I understand. Vancouver native. Wait, is he actually from Vancouver? Generally speaking, being above your opponent in any kind of combat gives an advantage. But he was like only a few steps above the hill, wasn't he? Like he wasn't like way above him. And it's not like, does that really matter in a lightsaber fight? I have no idea. Okay, but speaking of the acting skill, okay, to be fair, no one really gave a good performance, in my opinion. I don't think any of the actors really gave really good acting performances in any of the movies, but I don't understand why they're in the first movie. I don't understand why they made Anakin like 5 years old. Like, was there like a specific reason for making him that young? Like, I feel like it would have been better if he was like a teenager. Because, like, it made no sense. Because, like, firstly, the kid was really bad at acting. But no, not his fault. He's like 5. But, like, and secondly, they're, like, going to entrust. Because, like, when they're like, oh, the kid will race in the race. I'm like, you're really trusting your, like, future to this, like, 6-year-old? Like, what why doesn't Obi-Wan race? They're like, oh, you need the Force to race in the you need the Force to be like a good pod racer. But I'm like, there's two Jedi right there. Like, there's two Jedi right there. You're trusting this 6-year-old, and you're betting your ship and your whole like mission on this one small child who has never even completed a race before. And the day before the race, he's like still building a ship, and he's like, oh my god, it works. Like, really? Shouldn't someone else drive the? He might die. Like, like he might die. I don't know. Mace Windu, pretty sick though. Yeah, I didn't know Samuel Jackson was in it as well, and he was cool. Yeah, purple lightsaber too. Something nature versus nurture. It was not that theme was not communicated clearly. Ewan McGregor was decent, can only do so much with the given script. Yeah, that's the thing, because like a lot of the actors in there are obviously like, we know they're very well known actors. They're obviously not bad. It's just obviously the dialogue was just so weird. No one speaks normally. And Lee, thank you so much for the 26th month. Keep off the grass. I'll try. I was touching grass too much. I'm back. I'd watch an AU show about an Anakin professional pod racer. Maybe he'd be fine. Yeah. And I also don't understand why they never went back to get his mom. Like, the Jedi could have done it. Padme could have done it. He could have just gone there and like killed everyone and got his mom. Like, who's gonna fight him? Like, who's gonna stop him if he just gets his mom back? You know? And like, they just set her up in some safe planet. You know? Like, what? Why? Why do you leave her for 10 years? He was more free as a slave than a Padawan under Qui-Gon, perhaps. Would have been better if Samuel L. Jackson got to say what's his catchphrase. But then he can't go and kill the kids. Yeah, I mean obviously that's the reason, but like it's like it's like very contrived. And I don't know, from what I understand, he's like the George Lucas or whatever was, he really wanted to make a movie about like the fall of democracy, but like he had to make Anakin's story as well. So like we both got like not good character development because he was like focused on the democracy part, but then like he also didn't really explain the fall of democracy plot very well. Like, I still do not really understand what Palpatine's plan was. Like, I don't understand what the plan, and I didn't understand what was going on with the clones, because it was like Obi-Wan like went to get the clones, and then like they all knew about the clones, and like presumably they would have known that the clones are associated with the Sith, or at least Count Dooku, but they still used the clones later on. So I didn't really understand like how this happened and what information people knew and what the plan was. I understand. You're no longer a slave, now do as I say. For real. The Jedi are really mean too. They're like, just don't have emotions. Like, just push it down. It's like, no, you can't do that. Which makes me think, because they said he was like 5 years old, and they're like, he's too old. So they must brainwash them from like babies, right? To never question anything, don't have emotions, don't have personal connections, don't connect with people, don't be friends with people. Like, that must be what it is. Everything he did was dictated, and the dark side was like, you want freedom and a red lightsaber? He said, yeah, the red lightsaber, pretty cool. Palpatine made the clone army to invade, so it could be a strongman dictator or something. Yeah, but like, what? I just, his plan was not very clear. Sith, they're actually the good guy, Jedi bad. That's what I wanted, like, in the what's this called? The Last Jedi. I wanted Rey and Kylo to just kind of like almost meet in the middle a little bit. Like, I don't want Kylo to become a Jedi, you know? Like, I don't think he could at this point. But like, I kind of wanted Rey to like be like, oh, maybe the Jedi aren't perfect, right? Like maybe the Jedi aren't perfect. Maybe there it does need to be some reform, and then they like kind of like kind of live in like a. It's not like so black and white, right? So that they could kind of like be in the middle and make like sort of like a not light side, not dark side, kind of in between, medium side kind of thing. Like maybe that would be cool. Because I feel like it's very if you say like okay these guys are good, these guys are bad, but like there's a lot of flaws to the good side. It's like I don't know. And aesthetic space monk wizard sex sounded far less ominous in the 70s. Apparently. It's called Grey Jedi. Yeah, that makes more sense than medium side. The no emotions, no personal connection thing is so funny because it make Anakin go protect Padme on his own. Like, here you go. Be alone with someone you found hot your whole life. I know. And like they all are aware that Anakin has a huge crush on Padme. Like, obviously Obi-Wan knows, you know? Like these people all know this and they just sent them alone too. It's so weird as well. But yeah, it's and also like the reason I think what they were going for is like the reason he becomes bad is because they told him like you can't have these connections and like they didn't give him like the tools to like deal with his emotions properly and they're just like ignore them. Like just ignore them. Like don't do anything, you know? Who needs therapy when you have space magic? Exactly. They're just Jedi, come on. They just need therapists. Yeah. Okay, also, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I will be right back. You guys can mull on your Star Wars thoughts. I'm sure I have way more, but I feel like I could talk about this for a while. Okay, BRB. Enjoy the first Malomart of me coming back. Okay, I'm back. Everyone do stretches or squats. Oh my gosh. I have Pilates later. I will not be doing squats now. But you guys can. I stretch every day actually. Remember episode 7 when Kylo Ren freezes a laser mid-screen, you see his mask? I was like, dude, this Sith is sick. And then Adam took off his mask. I was like, no, never mind. And I had the opposite reaction, of course. Oh wait, put the song back on? Never. But yeah, I mean, as much as I had my issues with the sequel trilogy, I will say, like, in terms of like acting, cinematography, character writing, Um, like that kind of stuff. I felt like it was done much better in the sequels. Obviously, the plot has its issues, um, especially like when it gets to like Rise of Skywalker kind of thing, and they kind of like completely disregard Finn and stuff like that. But at least the movies look nicer. Um, the acting and dialogue is a lot better, stuff like that. Yeah, I did also watch. Speaking of Rogue One that you guys are talking about, I also watched Rogue One. Um, and I think I enjoyed. I think yeah, in terms of like the newer movies, just they just look nicer. Um, it probably also is because of like technology and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of cool shots. Um, the actors are doing good jobs, but I also felt like Rogue One didn't have a lot of character development either. Like I'm such a character development um I'm such a character development snob, but like honestly, like I just felt like I was not convinced by Jin Urso's sudden turn to be like, yes, I'm now like a rebel leader now. Like I'm in, I'm gonna die for the cause. I was like, really? You just did not care like 10 minutes ago. And welcome in Sushi, 2 a.m. Sushi. He says hi to Gamer Major. Hi, 2 a.m. Gamer Sushi. And welcome in, Jack. Thanks for the 41 months. I joined just in time for Star Wars slander. You did. We were discussing the prequels, and the writing and the acting and all the stuff. I disagree with the character development of Rogue One. I don't know. I think it was better at the end. I felt like I was more invested in the end, but at the start, I was very confused why she would suddenly swap. Like she would suddenly like I understand like her dad was like wanting her to do that, but like I don't know. Vader was heavily inspired from Samurai. This is Vader figure that's like a mashup of Samurai. When it's so bad, but it's like, dude, oh my god. Yeah, figurines are so expensive. Um, but yeah, I mean, Darth Vader in Rogue One was cool, but then I watched like a video where they said like it would have been cooler if he didn't talk, and I was like, that would be cool, because he was just like he was talking so much, man. He was like yapping away. I just feel like it should be like a mysterious, scary guy, you know? But I haven't seen the original trilogy, so maybe he just talks a lot in there. Maybe he's a bit of a yapper. Um, but then you don't want to go all the like he wasn't like he was more like an Easter egg character. Like it wasn't like why was Darth Maul there and he didn't talk, like it wasn't like that. Um, the droid in Rogue One deserves an Oscar the way better than Please. I actually don't like C-3PO. I like R2-D2. I think he's fun, but I don't really care about C-3PO. Lucas loves Kurosawa films. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. It was her dad's dying wish. I know, but like I feel like we just didn't know anything about her. Like, do we know a single thing about Jin Erso except for the fact that what we just saw at the start of the film where she was like, "Oh, you were arrested for these crimes. You had like weapons." Like what? Who is she? Like what does she want? And then suddenly she was like, her dad died, and I understand I understand that she would be like, okay, I should fulfill this dying wish. But then she like gave that like speech, and I was like, where are you getting this speech from? Like you did not care about the rebellion like 10 minutes ago. Where are you getting this speech from? I feel like there's stuff missing there. You definitely gotta watch 4 to 6. They're the best. Well, Jack said I should watch 1 to 3. So you can blame Jack for that. Welcome back, and thank you, Ticklish. Nice shirt. It looks like a cartoon. I guess so. Yeah, it's like you could draw this very easily. I'm down. Or such a slot, by the way. More than one? Really? There's no way. Like I feel like one. Like okay, if I had to rank 1, 2, 3, I would probably go. 3 is the best. 2, and then like okay, it's like 3. If I would give 3 like a 7 out of 10, Um, and then I'll give like two like a 4 out of 10, and I would give one like a 3 out of 10. You know, like I felt like three was the best, but it still was not that great. A New Hope is fairly sloppy, but six though, okay. I guess I just get better as they go on. I don't know. I don't like the child actors, man. um, I wanted you to watch 2, 3, Rogue One, so we had to watch one. I had to battle through. Okay, to be fair, one is pretty boring. Like for me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like get introduced to the world or whatever. But one is there's not much going for it. Like the young Anakin is not interesting. He's not good at acting. The plot is boring, and the characters are like they're not characters. But it's cool to see Qui-Gon at least. The characters are fun and for watching them come together. Is Luke like an adult? Is he like Mark Hamill at the start? Solo and Chewbacca, best duo. Oh yeah, Han Solo is not there either. What do you mean they're not characters? Like, I feel like Qui-Gon is not even a character. Like, there is nothing. I could not tell you a single thing about Qui-Gon except for the fact that he's like a Jedi and he's a good Jedi. His dying wish was literally like, we need to help Anakin. I'm like, do you not? I guess they're not allowed to have connection with other people, so I guess he doesn't know other people. But I guess he must care about Obi-Wan. But like we don't really see like we don't I just don't maybe he just doesn't have motivation because he's a Jedi. He's like a blank emotionless man. But honestly I could not tell you a single thing. Like in the second movie, Obi-Wan says like I don't like flying. And then like that's fair enough. Like at least he has one character trait. He doesn't like flying. He's an adult. Okay, no more kids. Good. Those kids are not. That kid was not good. I don't know how you like Qui-Gon. He's an idiot. The council told him Anakin was a bad apple, and look what happened. I think Qui-Gon's cool. You know, he's like he's very he's very composed. He's very composed. I liked him better than Obi-Wan in the first movie. I thought Obi-Wan was a bit whiny. But then in the second movie, Anakin's the one who's whiny. You gotta go deeper than the film for that, man. He has so much backstory. I know, but like as a film, I'm saying, like, if I'm sure there's backstory somewhere else if you watch like all the Clone Wars or whatever. But like as a film, I think it fails there. And Knive, nice to see me back. Thank you, thank you. It's good to see you as well. Hope you've been well. But if Qui-Gon trained Anakin, it would be different. Probably. Liam Neeson just like saving people. Sometimes it's not for the best. True. I don't know. I think out of the characters, I like. Actually, that's a really hard question. Actually, that's a really hard question. I have no idea. If I had to pick a favorite character, I don't even think I could pick. I think they're all weird. Qui-Gon is perfect for Anakin. Trust. Okay. Liam Neeson is now doing that Naked Gun reboot. What does that even mean? We're about to see him try comedy. I see. Okay. Obi-Wan is your favorite from the prequels? Yeah, I can see that. I think in the second movie they try to characterize them a little bit more, and he doesn't get put with like the weird. He doesn't get put with like the weird dialogue that Anakin gets, but they all kind of have. They all kind of talk in like a very like. I think the issue is like they talk very formally. I wish there was a bit more. I think I would be more invested in the story if Obi-Wan and Anakin showed more of a connection, because they're like, oh, he's like a brother to me, but like I don't believe that. Like I really don't like I don't see it. I don't believe it. If they really were like brothers to each other, then I think his Anakin's like betrayal would be a lot more emotional. The best thing about Jedi's is the Jedi. Obi-Wan has like the world's tiniest ponytail on the back of his head. I don't know if you've seen that. Naked Gun was 3 comedies from the 1980s that was pretty popular. Ah, I've never heard of it. They're monks, bro. I mean, I guess that's why they speak formally. But I feel like some of them don't speak that way. I mean, Jedis don't exactly have drip, so they make do with hairstyle. They can have cool lightsabers. Why don't the Jedi get cool lightsabers? Because Count Dooku had like the curved hilt one, and Darth Maul has the double edge one. But the good guys never get cool lightsabers. Yeah, why don't they have one that changes color? RGB lightsaber. Like a multiple colors. Explain Mace Windu's hairstyle. Oh no. At the ponytail, they call it rat's tail. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with Obi-Wan's hair. And Yoda just has a normal lightsaber, but it's small. I wouldn't consider a cool one, you know? It's like Yoda with like tiny lightsaber. Can't find you, Skywalker. I need to update my lightsaber's driver. True. It just starts like glitching out. But yeah, that's I think they would sell more toys if the good guys had cooler lightsabers. You know? What if one was like a corkscrew? So it would probably be really terrible to fight with. Or like what if one is like a scythe? It has like a hook, you know? That'd be cool. They should let me come up with all these lightsaber ideas. I don't know how a curved lightsaber would even work. I don't know if that's illegal. But like I don't think lightsabers make sense scientifically anyway. So I think it's fine. Update the Adam driver. True. I mean, like the reason, as someone who likes the sequel or who has watched the sequel movies and got into Star Wars from that, I think like what resonated with me was I like Rey, and I like Kylo's like conflict. I like his inner conflict, you know, and I like his character arc. He's like, oh, like should I be a dark side guy? Like should I not? You know, and he's like trying to reach out to Rey, and they have a bit of a rapport, you know. And I feel like the characters are very, like you can tell that they have like a good connect. And like Rey is a Jedi, but no one tells her don't kiss Kylo. Like, did they just abandon that? They don't do that anymore. Like, cause like no one told her like, hey, don't like. Luke didn't come up and be like, hey, like you're not allowed to have attachments. Like, don't talk about that, you know. Like, and she's like always looking for her parents, and no one says like, oh, you shouldn't care about your parents because you're a Jedi. Did they like abandon that, like, or do they still do that? And like Luke clearly cares about people in his life, right? Like Luke cares about Leia. Luke cares about all the people. Like that's allowed, right? What? Why just Anakin? You know? Your headcanon is Mace shaved his head with the lightsaber for the aura. I feel like it's impractical to have like a scythe, but it would look cool. I think it's impractical to have Kylo Ren like the sword hilt because you might like hit it, you know. Love how Kylo's knuckle guard is like 2 little sabers. Yeah, exactly. Like he must accidentally hit. Like what is like? Surely he doesn't use that, right? Like surely that doesn't serve a purpose in like battle. Like he doesn't like hit people with it, you know. That doesn't make any sense. His saber is purple. He's the edge. The purple saber is cool. It's not about not caring. It's just not about having like a relationship, like a romantic relationship. Cause like, what about his mom? You know, like he obviously cares about his mom. The yap is really his back. I just have a lot to say about these movies. I watched them all. You know, and I was watching like video essays about them. I hear now that the people really like the prequels now. Like people didn't like the prequels when they came out, but then after the sequels came out, people are like, oh, I guess the prequels are good. But I'm like, I feel like I disagree with that. You watch them all and it's our problem now. You're welcome. It's about foregoing attachment. But Luke clearly has attachments. And I feel like Rey also has attachments. She literally gave her life. She gave her life to save Kylo, and then he gave his life to save her, you know? Like, she clearly cares about him. She missed out on the OG trilogy. That's true, that's true. Once I watch those will also be your guys' problem. I will have lots to say, I'm sure. Prequel liking is historical revisionism. I think it's true. I think it's nostalgia, and I think it's people hating the sequel so much. You know? You can care about people, you just don't care if they die. I feel like they do care if they die. I don't know. Like, did Obi not care that Qui-Gon died? Really, he did. It's Disney. It's not really lore accurate. Okay, but I don't know if this is a hot take, but like, okay, as a trilogy, I don't think the sequel is that good. Like as a movie trilogy, you know, as a Star Wars movie trilogy, I don't think it's that good. But as movies, if you take like, even if you take like The Force Awakens or like The Last Jedi, I'm not gonna talk about Rise of Skywalker, but like even just as a movie, I think they're better movies. Like in terms of all the movie things, like character development, writing, cinematography, like the fight scenes, visual, like all this stuff. I think as a movie, it's more enjoyable. As someone who came in not a Star Wars fan, I did watch the movies. I enjoyed them. And I feel like the things that people don't like the things that people don't like are like Star Wars related, you know? People that were kids when they watched the prequels thought it was good. I guess Jack. The New Hope, A New Hope, and The Empire Strikes Back are the only truly great Star Wars films, and I'm not taking feedback on this opinion. What? A lot of people have been expressing their love for 6. He didn't let it affect him. I see. I don't know if I agree with this Jedi behavior. In a way, 4 is better than 6 and 3. I don't think 3 is that good. Like, I think 3 was the best out of the ones we watched, like 1, 2, 3. But like, I don't think 3 is that good. Because I feel like the whole movie is dependent on Anakin's turn to the dark side, and I feel like it wasn't well executed. I think they could have done much better with his turn to the dark side. And also, like I said, Palpatine's plan makes no sense. I love the Ewoks as a kid, and I love seeing green lightsaber for the first time. Ooh. Yeah, I know my brother had like a lot of Star Wars toys and stuff like that, but I never got into it. 6 is decent. Fair enough. And welcome in, Divu. Hope you're doing well today. Came up, you need to leave and cancel your stuff. You know I didn't like them that much. I thought Rogue One was the best. I thought Rogue One was the best out of the ones we watched. Especially in terms of like, I thought the movie looked quite nice. And I thought the ending was very compelling. I didn't like the first act. I was not convinced in the first act. But then acts 2 and 3 were quite good. Rogue One is fire. you just like Darth Vader, man. You can revisit your rankings after you watch the original trilogy. Fair enough. I feel like I need to rewatch the sequels as well, because I feel like it's been a while. Because I was watching like videos about like The Force Awakens, and they're like they fight this like octopus monster. I was like, I don't even remember that. Like I don't remember that. Vader is your lord and savior, so you should love Anakin. You love the guy who's like, oh, so smooth, so soft. I hate sand. That guy, you know? That's your guy. You're claiming him. You can have him. And then also, why didn't Obi-Wan just kill? I mean, obviously, because it wasn't because like he can't. But like, I feel like they could have made it more convincing. Like, why would he leave Anakin there with like no limbs, like burning to death? Like, shouldn't he do like a mercy kill at that point? Like, why he just like I feel like they should have made some sort of Because obviously he has to survive. They should have made some sort of reason where he was like, oh, he's dead, you know, like, or like have him be interrupted for some whatever reason, you know. Because I feel like it's very out of character to just leave him to burn to death slowly. You can revisit your rankings after you watch the original trilogy. Okay, okay, we'll watch it. Watch it. You do love Anakin. Oh no. Obi-Wan should have double tapped. I mean, he saw that he was alive, slowly burning to death. Like, I feel like that's really mean to leave him like that. John Wick him. Exactly, exactly. And like, shouldn't you make sure he's dead? Like, why would you leave him like that? Like, it's so sad. But yeah, it's it didn't, that part didn't really make, especially the high ground thing. It was so, I was like, I did not know what that means. I thought maybe it was like a reference to something I missed earlier on, but it's not. And then people were mentioning like when Obi-Wan fought Darth Maul, he was like below him, you know? He did not have the high ground, but he won the fight. So it's not like a guaranteed thing, you know? Stab him until you see his force goes. Exactly, exactly. At least like give him a mercy kill. It's probably some LARPer expression. I got the high ground. Apparently. But then some people were like, "Oh no, it's a metaphor. He means like the moral high ground." I'm like, I don't think that's what he meant. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, the dialogue is so weird sometimes. I'm like, what are they saying? Like, why would they say that? But yeah, it's okay. It was that I now I understand where all the memes come from. Like, there's that meme where he's like says something and then or Anakin says something and then Padme looks at him and then like Anakin says something and then she's like, "Oh, okay, you're joking." Whatever. You know that meme? I understand where it comes from now. That's where he was saying he likes dictatorships. I don't think George Lucas is smart enough to put a lot of metaphors in there. Yeah, I feel like I feel like I should just take his word for it. You know, like he has the higher ground. Somehow that means that it should end the fight. But I feel like that wasn't established beforehand. That's like a thing, unless it was established in the original trilogy. But from your guys's explanation, or for your guys's what you said, is like it does not sound like that's true. So it just didn't make sense. It was like a weird thing to say at the peak of the moment. It's in the Jedi Code. We just didn't read it. It was like in like small text in the opening crawl. It was at the bottom. You didn't read? Oh no, I missed it. What was I gonna say? I have something to say, but I cannot remember now. Yeah, I don't remember. I had something important. I'm sure it was very, very important for me to say this, but I don't remember. But yeah, well, if I watch more of the Star Wars movies, I will let you know what I think. Oh no, it was about it was about Natalie Portman. I could not tell her and Keira Knightley apart. I wasn't looking very closely, but like I did not know what was going on because she was like, "Oh, that's not me. That's a decoy," and I was like, "What? You're the same person. You're the same person. I don't understand." In the original trilogy, Lucas wasn't surrounded by yes men, so the script made sense. I heard that in the original script, in like number 4, they were like, the actors read the script and they were like, "This is really bad. You need to fix it." So then they like revised the script to like for the dialogue to not be really bad. But I guess no one did that in the prequels. I can't believe like Hayden Christensen could like read that with a straight face, you know? That's the point. I know it's the point. I was just very confused. And apparently they dubbed over her voice. That's why it made it extra confusing. So like when Keira Knightley was speaking, it was Natalie Portman's voice. So like it was like extra convincing that it was her, you know? Yeah, they did. But then when you like look closely, it's like you can tell. Hayden Christensen being Canadian was too polite to say this is dog water. True. Is he actually from Vancouver? I'm gonna look this up. Hayden Christensen. What else is he even in? Did he actually retire after this? Did he make enough money from the Star Wars films that he just... He's Canadian, yeah. Does he actually play Darth Vader as well? He's not in any... He retired in shame. He's 44. He's from Vancouver. Wait, that's crazy. No way. And he was married to Rachel Bilson, which sounds very familiar. Until 2017. I feel like she was in something. Movies, she was in... I have no idea, actually. He probably tailgates people in traffic. Imagine being tailgated, you look behind you, it's Anakin Skywalker. That would be so mean. You see him in like a Ferrari. Okay, I'll remember his face. Does he still live here? Oh, he still looks the same, actually. Okay, I'll remember. I don't know if he still lives here, but if I see him in public, I'll let you guys know. No one liked him after Star Wars, but they do now. I don't even think it was like obviously it wasn't. I will defend his acting. I don't think it was his acting. I think it was a dialogue. Like what could you really do with that to make it sound good? Wait, he was in The Rise of Skywalker as his voice. He's in Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka. Oh, he's in a bunch of things. Not like really big things, but generally. Crap, Anakin is behind me. You're driving. Anakin Skywalker is behind you. Oh my god, that'd be too scary. There's a clip where Ewan McGregor talks about a traffic incident with Anakin. Only Daniel Day-Lewis could have pulled off the I don't like sand line. That was so weird. He's like, I don't like sand. What does that even mean? Is it because he's from a sandy planet? He grew up on a sandy planet, so he doesn't like sand. I don't know. I just feel like no one spoke in a human way, you know? I like, that's the thing. I feel like I only really enjoy movies if I connect with the characters, and I did not connect with any of them, you know? But like, I feel like in Rogue One, at least they were a bit more like, I feel like later on I like that Andor guy. Star Wars kind of just like LARPing in space. I mean, yeah, it's like fantasy, right? People say it's Star Wars is fantasy. The dialogue is like a Wes Anderson movie, but without any of the charm or humor. I don't get that reference. That's why they talk like that. That's true. I think that's one of the reasons as well that I don't relate as well to fantasy movies. It's like they're all very formal. They're all very formal, and I think that there's a lot of they focus a lot on world building rather than like grounded character stuff. You know, because like I feel like I like movies that are very grounded. I felt like Rogue One, especially when it got to the fight parts, it was very grounded. It was like real war. Like it was not real war, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like it felt a lot more grounded. You still need to watch The Royal Tenenbaum. I need to figure out where I can watch it. I'll it's on my list. It's on my list. I'll find it. I'm down to watch the movies recently, so oops. I accidentally did dictation and it somehow thought I said the word awesome. Did not say that. I think it's on Disney Plus. Right beside Star Wars. Okay, nice. It might be different depending on region though, so I'll look for it. And I'll let you know what I think. But yeah, I need to get Crave. I was thinking of getting Crave like today and finally starting The Last of Us too, because like, oh, I have such a love-hate relationship with The Last of Us too. Like, it's so depressing to me, but like, I feel like I want to see what they do with it. Like I really want to see what they do with it, but I don't want to be depressed, you know? But it's like if I watch it, I'm going to be depressed. It's like I don't know what to do. I just look away at the key moments. You guys still have all the streaming platforms? I had Disney Plus for a bit because I was watching Severance, but it's expiring in like a week. I accidentally let it go for another month, but it's expiring in a week, so I'm gonna switch over to Crave. And my mom has Netflix, but it kicks me out a lot, so I don't really watch Netflix. Um, isn't 4 to 6 on? Yeah, everything's on Disney Plus, of course. Yeah. Um, I think we were watching on like Jack's like friend's account. It's not my Disney Plus account. Um, my Apple no. The one I have is Apple TV. The Apple TV Plus renewed today. I forgot to get. That's exactly what happened to me. Also, I timed it so poorly, cause like the Apple TV renewal date was like a few days before the finale of Severance. I was like, why did I do that? I could have just waited a few days and then I could have just like fit it cleanly in a month, but I didn't. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. But yeah, but then for a while I was like, oh, I watched Shrinking. Shrinking was pretty good. It has, I talked about it before on stream. It has Harrison Ford, Jason Segel. It was pretty enjoyable. It's kind of like Ted Lasso vibes, but not really. Reminded everyone in chat to watch Severance. I like Severance a lot, yeah. Especially season 1. I guess they're having season 3, but I mean, it was renewed, right? I'll probably get I'll probably get Apple TV again when Severance season 3 comes out. That'll be the the reason for me to get Apple TV again. I don't know how I feel about Ted Lasso season 4. I'll watch it, but like I don't know how I feel about it because I already thought season 3 was like not as good. I want HBO to watch The Last of Us. Just get it, man. Just get it for like a month. That's what I do. Just get it for like a month. Watch what you need to do, and then cancel it, or forget to cancel it. In our case, did you not watch season 1 either? You've watched season 1, right? Is the whole season out for season 2? No, they just started airing in, I think it was April, like mid-April, so it's not close to being done. You watched season 1. Okay. Season 2, I feel like I'm just not emotionally ready, but I want to watch it and I want to discuss it with everyone or like read the Reddit discussion as it's going along. I also need to find out what streaming platform has Firefly searching for a rewatch. I don't even like. I just feel like I shouldn't watch it because I heard so many good things about it, but everyone's like, it got canceled, right? So I was like, do you really want to watch? Do you really want to put yourself through that pain if you haven't watched it? You know? Because like it's like, or like shows with like really bad endings. Like, oh, do you really want to like? Do you really want to get into it just to be disappointed at the end? Because like obviously it's probably really good up until that point, but it just seems there's a lot of good shows out there. You know, like it doesn't have to be that one. Physical media. I mean, especially these. Oh, isn't there a thing now where it's like a Nintendo released something called like a game key where it's like you buy the game, but it's like not even the game. It's just like the code for the game, basically. It's so weird. I didn't really know what was going on with that, but I saw people talking about it. You watched it when it was new, so you're locked in for life. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but at least you got to enjoy it at the time. Nintendo Switch 2 is the beginning of the end for physical media. When I buy Just Dance, it's like a box. It's like you can get the box, but when you open it, it's just a code. So I'm like, why do I have the box? It's so weird. That's already a thing that they do, but at least it's not on the cartridge, you know? I'm like, what's the point of buying the physical one if it's just the code in the box? Because the only reason I bought that was because it was actually cheaper to buy it for some reason. But yeah, it was silly. But yeah, I do like physical media. I wish I could get more things, but a lot of like PC games, you can't get PC games physically, right? Unless you have like a disk drive. But do they even sell PC games physically. I don't think they do, right? I don't think it's even possible. Yeah, there's a lot of games I will buy digitally, like Elden Ring. Night Rain is coming out. I'm not gonna be in on the Switch 2 hype, but I will be on the Elden Ring hype. But also next month, Deltarune finally comes out. Like chapters like 3 through I don't even know. I can't remember which ones. Either way, a bunch of it comes out. I'm really, really excited for that. Obviously, you guys know Undertale is one of like my favorite games ever. So it's a long time coming. When's that new Ghost of Tsushima game coming out? I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about this. But yeah, I put my computer through like the what games can your computer run, like top 100 games or whatever. And like yeah, a lot of the new releases like Black Myth Wukong, Expedition 33, Oblivion. Like I think my computer can no longer run those because like a lot of games now the minimum requirements are like 8 gigs of VRAM and I don't have that. I don't know what happens if you don't have that, but like I don't have that. I don't know if like the game will just like lag like crazy or like I don't know what it does, but I don't have it, which is unfortunate. So I will consider building another PC eventually, but I'm not sure when. I feel like my PC is like fine, but I don't know. But I do want to play Insoi. I want to play Insoi. Maybe I should just download it and see how it works, but like surely on like low setting is fine, but like I feel like it will not stream it. Like I probably could try streaming it and I think it would, because like I can't even stream Baldur's Gate. Like Baldur's Gate will not stream properly. Like even on like lower settings, like it just does not work. It's a game, it's an early access. It's out in early access. So maybe they'll like optimize it a bit more, but I'm not like positive about that. Like I don't count. I'm sure they'll just keep adding more to the game and if they optimize it, it'll be about the same, you know? I wouldn't count on them to make it easier to run. You're gonna watch a playthrough of Expedition 33, but I'm definitely not gonna buy it or play it personally. I mean, yeah, things are so like the games I want to play, are like Night Rain, Inzoi, and I mean that's about it for now. And well, obviously Deltarune. But Deltarune will be like fairly cheap. I think it'll be like probably less than $30, if less than $20. You know, something like that. So it's not a big concern, but yeah, I don't know. I think my computer can definitely run those things at least, but Inzoi is just the main one where it's like it requires a lot of computing power. I guess because it's like pretty high res. I don't know. Like Shape Better, lots of replay value for you, yeah. I mean, I've gotten a lot of playtime out of like Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate, stuff like that. So I'm sure I'll get. I mean, I think my Night Rain playtime will be dependent on like how much people I'm gonna play with will want to play it, you know, as well. Because like obviously it's like a co-op game. So I don't mind games without replay value because I think a game like, you know, a game like It Takes Two or like, you know, whatever, Last of Us, like they don't necessarily have a lot of replay value, but they're still, I think, worth the money. My brother did ask me this week. He was like, "Can I borrow you?" He said he wanted to borrow my copy of The Last of Us. I was like, "No way." I was like, "No way. You want to play a game that's not Valorant?" It's time. I don't know if you'll go through with it because I've definitely lent him these games before. Because I kept telling him to play God of War, and he borrowed my Elden Ring game, and he says he gets bored if there's not constant action. So I'm not like fully convinced he will get very far in The Last of Us, but he watched the show and he enjoyed it. So maybe there's a chance. But I'm planning to also give him God of War because I think gameplay wise, God of War is a lot stronger. Especially because it's a lot newer game. I think A lot of people say The Last of Us like really holds up gameplay wise, but I really do not agree. I think I don't enjoy playing the original Last of Us. I have a lot of fun playing Last of Us 2. I think it's really, really fun, like stealth wise and stuff like that. But Last of Us 1, I just don't think it's that enjoyable to play. But I'll let him try and see. Maybe he'll have a better time with it because he's better at shooting probably than me. I think that's my main issue. There's a lot of gun combat and I'm terrible. I tried replaying Resident Evil 1 the other day, and the controls and the camera, yeah. I think like older games, sometimes it can be quite clunky, you know, if you're not like used to it, and like if you're used to like newer games as well, it's hard to go back. That's why it's hard because like playing Last of Us 2 and then going back to play The Last of Us 1 is like completely different. Like it's so much harder. That's why I never actually finished The Last of Us until the remake came out, and I could put on like all the accessibility settings, and they had like better quality of life and stuff. It was just so much better. You're still working on platinuming Baldur's Gate 3? Isn't there a bunch of like really like difficult achievements? I was looking at the achievements the other day, and like I don't have very many because the game for some reason glitched out, and it thought the playthrough, like I'm like the host, right? I'm like the host of the playthrough, but for some reason the save file is in Jack's name, and it thinks it's like Jack's save. So I don't even have like when I was playing it on stream by myself, I noticed I was getting achievements. That are like, oh, like escape the nautiloid at the start. I'm like, I clearly have done that. Like I was like, I've done that before, but like I think the achievements just glitched out somehow. I don't have a lot of them, so. But I'm not an achievement hunter, so I don't really care. The hardest one is probably beating the game in honor mode. I see. What was that other LARPer game you played recently? Deliverance? I think that was Kalani. I think that was Kalani that was talking about it. No, but I think the people, I was watching a video, and apparently like the rarest achievement is like making money by like performing, by like busking. You have to make like a certain amount of money by busking on the street in Baldur's Gate, and I think the least amount of people have that. For your honor mode run, you're just going full on min max OP class. Wait, how many playthroughs have you done now? Is this your second or third? Get 35 out of 100 achievements. Have fun with that. That's a lot of achievements. Yeah, I probably have less than that, honestly. No coins for the bard. Is that the achievement? Yeah, I don't think I could deal with honor mode. I don't have to restart, man. Need to go back and run around the city and busk. Have fun. Yeah, it's yeah, right now we have a patch 8 playthrough going, and we have like I'm the storm sorcerer, and can't remember the rest of the people actually. We have like the arcane archer, drunken monk. I can't remember all the names, man. There's some stuff. There's some stuff. What are these LARP terms? There's so many LARPy things, man. But I'm like into it. I don't know. I think it's quite fun. I see why a lot of women like this D&D stuff. I think there's a lot for everyone, you know? Sorcerer is so OP. Yeah, I didn't know they had all these special things because I was just playing my bard. And then they have all these things like you can make a spell slot. You can do like the twin spell and stuff. I was like, I didn't know you could do this. You can fly after every turn. I was like, that's so, why? I didn't get anything close to that. No coins for the bard, laddie. That's exactly what it is, yeah. No money for the bar. I don't know. I think like you can like play an instrument and then people will like give you money. But the reason I like Baldur's Gate as a game is because like it's so like the reason I like Baldur's Gate as a game is like it's so open, and like there's so many like creative solutions you can do to puzzles and like combat situations. It's like it's kind of like Breath of the Wild in that way, right? Where it's like it's kind of like a sandbox and like everything you think, like a lot of games where you you enter combat or like a puzzle or something like that where you're like, oh, this should work in real life, but like the game has some sort of restriction where it's like, oh, that doesn't work. You have to just fight it normally, you know? But in Breath of the Wild, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna pile like 50 stacks of wood, and then I'm gonna like make a fire, and then I'm gonna explode. You know, like you can do everything you think you can do. And in Baldur's Gate, it's also the same way, right? Like you can, where you're like, oh, like why wouldn't this spell work? It does work. Like 99% of the time, it does work. Like everything you think. There's so many spells, and like the ones that you think, like you're like, okay, surely this is cheese in the game. Surely this is not allowed. It most of the time it will work, and I do like stuff like that. I think that kind of game is quite fun. It's like Breath of the Wild, but you can romance Mintara. Yeah, it's like Breath of the Wild, but with sex scenes. Exactly. But it kind of is in a way. But like obviously, Breath of the Wild is much more focused on exploration, and Baldur's Gate is more focused on like combat and story. And obviously, the combat is very different. But in terms of like player freedom, um, I think Baldur's Gate is very similar to Breath of the Wild in that way. Because like some of the strats I've seen people do on Baldur's Gate are like so crazy. Like people like pile up like 500 ice cubes to make like an ice cube tower, and then they like remove the bottom ice cube, and then they all fall down into the boss, and then it kills the boss. Like stuff like that is like so stupid, but it does work, you know? Um, so it's like pretty much everything you can try is like I think I like stuff. I like being able to be creative in games, you know? It's not just like grinding stuff out or like all that stuff. I think like a lot of times I'm like, oh, I want to try this, and it does work. And I think that's quite fun. Owl bear from the top row. Okay, now you're just speaking nonsense. I'm on board with Chicano with that. That's not a sentence. The top rope. You're like you like killing Glynos with bombs. Exactly. Where it's like stuff you think like it's like in Breath of the Wild, I think it's more akin to like the puzzles where it's like, oh, why can't I just ascend through this place? And then you just can. You're like, oh, okay, it just works. Why can't I magnesis this thing over? Or like, why can't I just cheese it by putting all my weapons on the ground and like connecting the electricity like that? Like it does work, right? Um, I think it's good. You enlarge a druid in an owlbear form, get into the big height, and then jump down. What's the rope though? Where's the rope? Yeah, it's there's a lot of very fun things, and I like watching a lot of challenge runs because it's like, you know, people are so creative with these things, and there's like a million mods as well, which is quite fun. It's like a wrestling. Oh, okay. Oh my god, where's the rope in the situation? I was like, I didn't know you could climb those. You never seen a single clip from Baldur's Gate 3? Well, there's some very interesting clips that you can see, but um, we won't get into that. It's not family friendly. You saw the UI. The UI is so confusing. I ended up playing on controller because like it kind of like simplifies it a bit, but it's really hard. I think it's definitely difficult to get into. Cause like there's just so much. I think it's the same with like all strategy games. So like if you probably just watch like Civ 6 or whatever, like you're like what is going on? I feel like strategy games just inherently are just very very complex, you know. But I think I've come a long way, you know, because like when I first played Breath of the Wild, I thought the Breath of the Wild had too much going on. I was like, I cannot keep track of all this stuff. I was like, what is this? Like I have like weapons, I have food, I have like armor, I have like, you know, like for me, I thought Breath of the Wild, the UI was like more than I've ever seen. I was like, whoa, like what is this UI? Like this is some this is some pro gamer UI, you know, like. But Nintendo's pretty good at teaching you how to use the game properly, and like, you know, how to get the controls down and stuff. So it wasn't too bad. But I think if I had just gone straight into Baldur's Gate, I would have been like, oh god. Can't with the controller UI, your mouse and keyboard for life. Yeah, Jack and I were playing split screen, and he could not handle the controller UI. He hated it so much. You can't do split screen on mouse and controller. It has to be both controller. Remind me to show you the WoW UI sometime. Oh god. Tears of the Kingdom UI was it just looked bad. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. Breath of the Wild was probably the first open world game I played. Same, yeah. It was it's definitely overwhelming, but once I like got into it, like once I got my handle on things and I just like got into it, it was just like nothing I've ever played, you know? Cuz the games I played before were like very cinematic games. Like I played like Uncharted, I played like The Last of Us, and like the games do have a UI, but it's very much the UI is quite minimal because it's a very like cinematic game, you know, and like even like Uncharted, you don't even have health. Like you literally don't even have health. Like you just have like the screen just kind of goes like sepia toned, and then it goes like grayscale, and then you're like about to die, you know, like and then it just recharges on its own. So Breath of the Wild was probably the most like gamey game I had played. It was definitely a bit of a learning curve, but I think Nintendo is a good place to start because they're pretty good at stuff like tutorials. Like Great Plateau is probably one of the best gaming tutorials ever. You know. Let's go through 100 arrow attachment. I know, so stupid. Yeah, like how did that even make it to the final game? Like I don't understand. Like one of the biggest gaming franchises, Zelda, you and like they already had something to go off of. Like they had Breath of the Wild. Like how did that ever make it to the final product? I do not understand. Cuz it was so clunky and it looked bad too. Like it just didn't look good. And it was hard to use, you know, like maybe they just don't have UX. And how they reuse true, and then they also reused it into the next game. Like what? Surely they saw all the feedback about it, right? The best thing about Tears of the Kingdom is making pizza on the flying zone. I devices be real. Yeah, I like the building aspect of it. And welcome in, Vince. I'm doing good. How are you? We're just talking about gaming UIs, I guess. I don't know. We ended up here. You're doing great. That's great to hear. That's awesome. Yeah, I think like I have Pilates today as usual. First time, and like my instructor was away. She was in Korea, and that was like 4 weeks ago. So I'm probably gonna have a bad time coming back because I have not properly worked out and like. Okay, I was trying. Like the first like couple weeks, I was trying. I was doing Pilates at home. I was like working out, but like I probably didn't do it nearly as much as I should. So I'm probably I've probably all my muscles have probably degenerated into nothing, you know. So it's probably not gonna be fun. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna stream on Wednesdays now. Like I honestly have no idea because like there's some things I want to see in Genshin. Like I want one of the new Genshin characters. So that's something I could do, but don't know what. I don't even know what else I was doing. Cause like the game I want to stream on Wednesday is Inzoi, but I feel like I need a new PC before I would do that. You're gonna fold like a deck chair, probably. I hope she takes it easy on me. You're a weakling, young Padawan. Oh no, are you my Jedi master? XCOM Wednesdays, what? Get some Street Fighter 6. I feel like you all have your own agendas here. Star Wars Battlefront. Should I play a Star Wars VR game and you could be like I feel like Star Wars VR game would be so fun. Do they have one? That'd be sick to see me just play Star Wars games. What is even the best Star Wars game? Beat Saber, it's true. Beat Saber does have lightsabers. I could go back into Beat Saber. It's been a while. I do like a good rhythm game. I don't know. I mean, Night Ring comes out soon. You want to play Knights of the Old Republic, but the combat looks so bad. Is that Star Wars? Comes out on 28th, which is a Wednesday. One and only Star Wars games I ever got into was Jedi Academy way back in the day. Right. Well, the one which one is the EA one? The one that's like pay to win. And then there was one recently. I heard like Jedi Fallen Order is good, but Jedi there's so many different Star Wars games. Oh my gosh. And welcome in, Hira. Thanks for the welcome back. I hope you've been well. Kotor. Knights of the Old Republic was really good. It's widely agreed to be the best Star Wars games. I've never heard of them. I don't know if you guys are surprised. I've never heard of them. I need my Kylo Ren, like where's my Kylo Ren romance game? I would play that. I have been, thanks. I'm glad. Wasn't like the game before Mass Effect or the same studio? And you guys know, let's get these games confused. I think Mass Effect was the one that Zirconia said I should play. But it's not Half-Life. You're a Kylo fan? Of course. I have my Kylo Ren lightsaber keychain. Me and Gwen have matching ones. It's over there. I was holding it while watching Star Wars. I went from Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 to KOTOR to... Wow, why do I keep saying KOTOR? I'm just gonna call it that. To Mass Effect. Only bangers from BioWare, apparently. Are they good? I guess so. But not Baldur's Gate 3. They missed out right before the big one. You might hate me for saying that, but I cannot stand his character. That's okay. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I'm a big Kylo fan. I like a good conflicted villain. Everyone says KOTOR like that the title is too long. It is. Knights of the Old Republic. Just play Oblivion because you love LARPing it. My PC can't play it. But I have never played Skyrim. What for you LARPers, as Kuchikano would say, is Skyrim better or is Oblivion better? Oblivion Remaster better? It's on PS5. Oh, okay. I guess I could play on PS5. Like what? Because everyone's hyping up Oblivion, but I thought Skyrim was the game, But is it not? I guess I could play any games that like if I'm like, oh, Night Rain needs a 3060 8 gigs VRAM, then I could just play on like PlayStation. But I mean, FromSoft is really making a game for the Switch too, so like I don't think they're going that hard on the graphics, I think most people prefer Skyrim. But why people are hyping up Oblivion because it's been a while? Your old dusty PS5 you don't use, which is more powerful than you. There's no way it's more powerful than my PC. Don't lie. People who are like old school RPG purists prefer Oblivion. Old school, like Baldur's Gate? Aren't they both part of the same franchise? They are, yeah. I'm just asking which one people prefer. Because like Oblivion just got remastered, which is I guess why everyone's talking about it. But I've never played Skyrim either, so I have no idea. But maybe I'm a fantasy guy now, like I was never into fantasy, but now I've played Baldur's Gate. I do, but I don't think I like Baldur's Gate because of the fantasy. I think I like Baldur's Gate because of the characters. I think ability skill trees and stuff are more fiddly than Skyrim. There's skill trees. I can't do skill trees. Recent remaster, that's the one you want to play? I don't know. I feel like Skyrim is a classic though, no? I have no idea. Well, I don't know if it's my type. But even with Baldur's Gate, I don't think I could even play it by myself. Because like streaming it by myself, I was like, man, this sucks. No offense. As much as I love Baldur's Gate as a game, playing it by myself was so tedious. I was like, man, I have to do everything. This is so much work. I have to level up all 4 guys. That's a lot of guys. And I have to like pick up all the stuff and I have to fight all the enemies and I have to like, get all the quests or whatever, like, you know, put all the equipment on my characters. I don't even look at the equipment on my characters. I just take what Jack says to put on my characters, I put it on. Unless I think it's ugly, then I don't put it on. That's all I do. I've never once looked at my character's equipment. If he asks me, what weapon is your character using? I have no idea. I just pick up, I'm like, oh, this one is pink. It has a pink border around it, which means it's a good item, you know? Or I just look at what spell it gives you and I'm like, ooh, that's a cool spell, I'll take it. Or I go off characters, the drip, you know? You wanna get Forza on PlayStation? I'm not a Gwen Kart guy, you know? I'm not a racer. I'm sure it's good though. Do you even have a PlayStation? You say that, but like, I'm pretty sure you don't have a PlayStation. Or do you? Is it a secret PlayStation? You do? What? Do you ever use it? Are you like me? Do you have one collecting dust? I mean, I got Split Fiction on it just so I could use my PlayStation more. But I don't know, cause I feel like even these days, it's like if I get like Night Rain, oh Persona, oh yeah, I forgot. It's not even on PC these days. Yeah, I forgot about Persona. I should have known. Chicken has a console he didn't sell 2 months after buying it. Crazy. He actually used his console. You about to play a JRPG on your PC? Why not? You love PCs. But yeah, I do try to actively buy games on my PlayStation so I can be like, oh, I'm using it. It's not a waste. I'm using it. For competitive. Oh, I see. Yeah, fair enough. PC would be better for that. But then, like, even now, like, I'm like, ugh, like, if I bought, like, Elden Ring, Night Rain on my console, I'm like, I would miss out on all the mods, you know? Like, Elden Ring has such great mods. I want to play mods on it, you know? And I feel like surely the connectivity is better on my PC that has like an Ethernet connection than my PlayStation, you know? And if I want to play with friends, I have to like plug into Discord on my PC and then like connect my PlayStation to the, you know, so it's like it's just more of a hassle. I don't think multiplayer games are really the best on PlayStation. But like really like immersive story-based games maybe would be fine. I like consoles for first single player and first party IPs, PC for competitive. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there's PlayStation has exclusives and stuff as well. Persona mentioned our resident Persona fan, Angel, has taken the mantle from Chicano. Of course. There are hella people who like FPS games on console. I've never played FPS games, so I cannot speak to this. Also, I need to go to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Also, I need to fill up my water. I realized I didn't put enough water in my water bottle. I'll be back. Give me a couple minutes. Enjoy the Malomart again. Okay, I'm back. Um, you're surprised that FPS are still as popular as they are? Yeah, I never really understood the appeal, but so many people just like only play FPS games and they like get really into them. I guess it's just like they like the skill aspect, or it's just easy to pick up, play with friends. I have no idea. Um, they're almost as notorious as sports game when it comes to innovation to gameplay. I mean, I'm not as familiar with sports games or FPS games, so I'm not really sure what like the difference between them are. But yeah, they do seem pretty similar to me. When I play FPS games, I always boot up TF2. I don't understand why COD makes a new IP, like run your games for a few years and add to it. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, there's so many COD games now. Hopefully, Halo Studios doesn't ruin the new titles. They got faith. Yeah. I mean, it's like like FIFA or whatever. They just release like the same game every year. Um, Team Fortress 2, not Titanfall 2. In case there's any confusion, who plays Titanfall? I don't even know what that is. There's a limited amount of innovation possible in FPS games. Yeah, I mean, like, what can you really do with like when the main aspect of it is like shooting with precision, And that's like the main. I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it. I don't know. For me, I feel like maybe the appeal would be like different character designs you can play as, and like or like in certain games they have like additional skills that you can use. I don't know. I don't know what you could do with I don't know what you could do with FPS games to make like, because there's already like they've already covered surely like every type of gun, like you're like, oh, this one shoots with pistols, this one shoots with the sniper, this one is a shotgun. Like surely they've kind of covered it all. I don't know. Sports games are like update the roster to match the teams, change up a few character models, increment title by 1 year, repack release. I mean, yeah, of course. I don't trust like yearly release games in general. You feel like character designs and gameplay differences may interest you in one TF2? No. If I had to pick a FPS game based on character designs, it would be Valorant because they're pretty. That's what I would choose. I know you're a Valorant hater, but I'm also like not that interested in playing an FPS game because like I've played like Borderlands and stuff like that, but like the gameplay doesn't really appeal to me. But unlike Valorant, TF2 is actually fun. I'll just take your word for it. Shots fired, but not in Valorant. Tell Michi's brother that. I think Draconian would gladly tell my brother to his face. You just gotta find him. Find him in Valorant. I'll let you guys know if he ever plays The Last of Us. Maybe I should give him my PS5. And then he could play the remake. But then I have to bring my PS5 to my mom's house. It's kind of bulky. The PS4 was a lot more portable. I don't know if I could bring the PS5. I guess I could. I'll consider it. But the PS4 is already at my mom's house. So it's need that PS5 slim. Too bad. No, that one doesn't have a disc drive, right? You ever played those what's a SRPG? Like Fire Emblem or Langrisser. I know of Fire Emblem. I do have Fire Emblem Three Houses on my Switch, but I played like the first combat, the tutorial one, and I kept dying. So I didn't like it. I don't like strategy games. Yeah, I actually really don't like strategy games. Spanish RPG games. I would be down to play a Spanish RPG game. I got the Slim, it's cute. But there's no disc drive, right? Physical media is dead. But yeah, it's I feel like my arm looks so skinny. Did I lose all my muscles that I didn't have? Like I feel like my arm looks I feel like it's was so skinny? You can get the disc drive with an attachment, it's sick. An attachment though. Okay, it doesn't matter. I have a PS5. But yeah, I've never been a strategy gamer. The closest I'll get is the CRPG, the Baldur's Gate. Anyone excited for Switch 2? We were talking about it earlier. I'm not gonna get it on release because I don't really have anything I want to play, but I know Protagonist has pre-ordered it. Lost those 0.00045. Excuse me, Angel. Come on. It had huge muscle. Look. Oh no. When is the Detroit studio dropping a new game? I have no idea. Quantic Dream? I don't know if they've like announced anything. I have no idea. 70% of my interest is in the Switch 2 evaporated when the price was revealed. It is quite here. It's like 600 Canadian. So I'm not gonna buy it until I have something I really want to play. And I'm not excited to pay $120 for Mario Kart, so not interested in that. You're probably only hype about it because you don't own a normal. Yeah, exactly. If you don't own a normal Switch, it's like a no-brainer, right? It's like may as well get the Switch 2. But I think a lot of us already own Switch 1, so it's like, well, I could just play games on Switch 1 instead of paying $600. And do I really want to pay $600 and then also pay like $100 per game? Like, it's a lot. Makes my interest drop 90%. No new Zelda. I mean, if they're like Tears of the Kingdom 2, then I'd be interested. As long as there's a new map of Hyrule, I do not want the same Hyrule again. They updated the Switch UI with the game share and digital game card. Yeah, the digital game card is so stupid. You pay $35 for the Nintendo Switch 2 camera. What? The camera? So you can like take pictures like look, the DS you gave me, Chicano, has a camera on it. I took selfies on there. Like it's fine. I love the DS camera, but why do I have to pay $35 when the console's already at $600? Come on. I'll just use my phone, you know? You can make a pseudo stream and your friends can watch. Why did you pay $35? The console's already expensive. DS camera was like a webcam. It was fun. Nintendo thought that was a selling point. I mean, I saw the ad with Paul Rudd. The one you're talking about. I saw on the TV. Paul Rudd was doing a game share with his friends playing, or with his, yeah, I guess with his friends playing Mario Kart. I saw it. Streaming off the DS? Would you guys watch me if I was streaming off a DS? You would, right? It's like 240p resolution. I mean, it's gonna be like this small on the screen, right? I guess it's fine. Paul Rudd and his niece. Oh, I thought it was like actors. He was playing with like Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He was there in the Discord voice call. Streaming from DS and all its 240p glory. It would be a great stream. No way, sure, there's actual niece. I think maybe I saw a different commercial. Maybe he filmed multiple ones. Because the one I saw, he was just playing with like other actors, like adults. Game Boy had a camera and a printer? In a printer? What was it printing? It's like, here's your Zelda ticket. Here it is. Print the little picture. That'd be fun. Cursed Pokemon photo. What? The pixelated Purikura. Oh, I would love a Purikura app. They need that. I mean, I guess it kind of exists in like the Snow app, but it's not the same, you know? There was a printer peripheral. They're crazy. They never do stuff like that now. It was sick, Loki. I think that'd be quite fun. But these days they would charge like $100 for it, no? But like they wouldn't do that anymore. That's I mean for me it's like I don't buy a new console just for the joy of having a new console. Like I'm gonna buy a new console when I feel like my current one is not running the games that I want to play very well, or there's a game coming out that's like exclusive to the Switch 2. You need that translucent skin? What? Oh, like the ones that are like kind of see-through and you can see inside? You can kind of see inside the Pro controller. I've noticed. The best company when it comes to peripherals would be Sega back in the day. They were awesome. Like what? How bad do you think the next Pokemon games are gonna run on the Switch 1? Okay, but I'm not basing that metric I'm not basing that metric off Pokemon games. Cause like I don't think that's my console's problem. I think it's the game's problem. Just like I will not base my computer running poorly based on Baldur's Gate Act 3. Like I think it's not my fault. I don't think it's my computer's fault. I remember Holly made fun of me for being a Sega kid, did they? I was a nothing kid, so I have no idea. Sega does a Nintendo. What? You guys have not told me what the peripherals are. I have no idea. But yeah. Speaking of like next generation things I don't want, it's probably gonna be Pokemon. I think I might be off the Pokemon train. Like I've done enough. Like I got Sword and Shield. I had fun. I was like, wow, I'm a Pokemon fan now, you know? And then Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl came out. Did not like that. I played Pokemon Snap. Did not like that. Nothing wrong with that game though. I played Let's Go. I kind of like Let's Go. And then Arceus came out. Did not like Arceus. And then Scarlet and Violet came out, and we know how that goes. And then I bought the DLC for $50. The biggest waste of money of my life, honestly. And so like out of the 5 Pokemon games I have played, I only really liked one. So I'm like, I don't think I'm a Pokemon fan anymore. Like I enjoy Pokemon. I think they're cute. I like my boy Leon. I like Pokemon themselves. I think they're cute, but the games, I feel like Scarlet and Violet was just so unacceptable that I'm like, I don't think I can even do anymore, you know? Had a Sega CD and 32X. I don't know what that is. Made like everything: a fishing rod controller, a steering wheel controller, CSW 3D glasses, CD-ROM. And you plug into the cartridge port, tower of power. What? That sounds fun. I like the fun controllers. Like, you know, like there's like the Ring Fit one, and I keep seeing at the store like you can get like it's like third party, but like you can get like all the attachments for Switch Sports. So there's like a tennis racket, there's like a badminton racket, there's like golf club, you know? Like I think that's quite fun. Sword and Shield was the actual peak of modern Pokemon. I mean, I have to agree with that, yeah. I think Sword and Shield was pretty good, and then like Arceus was good if you enjoyed that gameplay. Even then though, Arceus was showing the signs. Like Arceus was showing the signs of, you know, the game, like the 1 FPS spurts, and but it wasn't like laggy to the point where it was like it wasn't like affecting my enjoyment of the game, that it was like laggy. But I did notice stuff like the frame rate drops and the bad textures and stuff like that. But yeah, it really just hit a low point at Scarlet and Violet, obviously. Sega's hella innovative. Yeah. And their arcade cabinets, those are sight to behold and enjoy to play on. I missed out on the good old days. I'm just here now with my microtransactions and my terrible Pokemon games. Sega's also part of Atlas now, so they win. Nice. Yeah, I don't know about this gaming history. I don't hear much about Sega these days, so I have no idea. Gonna play one of the coolest games ever, Jet Set Radio. What is that? But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy the next Pokemon game unless it's like, but from what I've seen, like Legends ZA or whatever. From what I've seen of it, I don't want it, but I hope people enjoy it, you know. But I feel like they're gonna release that like $100, and it's like, I feel like already at $90 it was a bit of a scam. So I feel like it's like, it just feels like they're like taking advantage of people who are fans and who are gonna buy the game no matter what, you know. Or play Shenmue. You love QTEs. I do love QTEs. You a Pokemon fan? You haven't bought a game since Sword and Shield? Yeah, it's I don't like I have bought a lot, obviously to stream them, so it's a bit different, but I do regret most of my Pokemon game purchases. Wandering around 1980s Japan looking for Chinese people who killed your dad. What? That's kind of a weird concept. Jet Set Radio was one of the first games to use cel-shading graphics into sprites or 3D polygons. Gives it a really unique aesthetic. He plays an inline skater who goes around tagging, graffitiing things around the city. That's fun. Like Skate 3. But different. Roller Skate 3. Jet Set Radio is in my top 5 games of all time. Damn, I didn't know that. You haven't get started on Jet Set Radio OST. Man, I haven't played a lot of older games. I think I've only really played like probably nothing, honestly. Maybe like older DS games I've played. Shenmue was one of the first open world concept games where QTE mechanic was invented. Oh, the invention of QTEs, I see. I love a good QTE. Who needs in-depth gameplay when you have press this button now? You know? It makes me it's one of the few gameplays I'm really good at, you know? I don't get a lot of those. I need to take what I can get. And welcome back, Ratzi. How are you? Do you want to avenge your murdered father? I guess so. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I like a good story game. I like QTEs, stuff like that. You're still a bit sleepy? Were you napping? I mean, it's the weekend. You gotta just catch up on sleep when you can, you know? I'm probably just gonna chill. I'm not going to my mom's house today because I'm gonna start going on weekdays. Because I feel like it just works out better. But so today, I actually have a weekend day. I might catch up on chores and then watch maybe Last of Us. 'Cause I'm not really in the mood to watch White Lotus yet. I feel like I need to be ready. And then I'll watch Last of Us because I feel like I know what's coming, you know? And the voice acting in Shenmue is terrible. It's the best. Oh no. Back in the day. Not anime? Never, Ratzi. How dare you? How dare you mention that? Yeah, I might finally get that Crave subscription so I can watch the HBO shows. Shenmue English VA is like horrible 1990s anime. I love watching, like, my mom, if she watches a K-drama, she'll watch it in like the English dub. And it's like so bad. I'm like, every time. Like even like a really popular show like Squid Game, the acting is so bad. I'm like, how is this even possible? Like it's so bad. Sometimes I like put on a show and for some reason it like defaults to a dub. And I'm like, what am I listening to? Just as bad as Final Fantasy X. You freaking live for that stuff. I can't handle it. I want to get immersed in it, you know? Why is Mom J watching English stuff? She finds it easier. I guess she doesn't want to read English that fast. I don't know. Dubbing, it can be so cringe. I know. It's just like, how do they get like the worst actors of all time, like to dub it? Or, like, is it like the worst vocal direction of all time? Like, I have no idea. Is it the actors? Is it the voice direction? Do they not even like? Are they not looking at the screen while they like dub it over? So they just like don't know what's going on. So they do it with the completely wrong emotion. Like I have no idea. You watched I Hostel the other day. The English dub is so brutal. I think my brother did watch Squid Game in English dub. It was so awkward. Yeah, exactly. I walked downstairs and my mom was watching English dub and they were like, "Have you seen this man? Where is your son?" And they were just like so bad. Like if you watch Squid Game, you know the English actors in Squid Game that are like the rich white people? Those guys, it was like that but for every character. Like it's so bad. In Shenmue, the protagonist goes around his phone and says, "Do you know where I can find Chinese people?" Okay, that's maybe not his fault. That's probably a dialogue fault, you know? If you're a good actor, you're probably turning down dubbing role. Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. It's just some guy. It's like the writer. It's not even an actor. It's just some guy that they found. Sometimes the intonation is so off to like completely wrong emotion. I think I think something's going wrong in like the dubbing like process. Like I think sometimes they don't have the full um thing to like they don't have the full context of the scene to look at, or like maybe they don't even look at the scene. Maybe they just give them the lines to say read this or whatever. Maybe they can't hear the original actor's delivery to see like what they're doing. I have no idea. I just feel like something is going wrong. It must be like a direction thing, you know? Or they're just getting like random people off the street who cannot act. I watched Squid Game season 1 and dubbed. Didn't realize how bad I was living. Yeah, the issue I have with live action dubbing is like you miss all the great acting of the actual actors who are on screen, you know? Especially in Squid Game, the actors are really good. So you're kind of just like missing out on that. Cuz like in a voice acting situation like an anime or something like that, like you know, they're obviously not the person on the screen, right? So whoever dubs it over, if they're also a good voice actor, it will be the same, hopefully. But in live action, it's just different, you know? What I cannot stand is when the subtitles lie. True, true, they lie a lot. I always watch with subtitles, I've noticed. Sometimes it's like so weird, you know? I've definitely some streaming services, their subtitles are pretty bad. I think like Apple TV maybe is not. Or, okay, I can't remember what it is. I think it might. No, I think it might be. Yes, I can't remember which one it is. It might be Crave, but like some streaming services, their subtitles are really bad, which is really stupid. I can't speak a lick of Japanese when someone clearly says someone's name and it's not a sub to get tilted. Sometimes they sub like I sometimes watch Japanese shows with English subs because sometimes it's like you know like a medical show or something like that, so I can't really understand all the words. But then sometimes it's like I notice the subtitles are like really off. I'm like, ooh, what is that? Because I'm like I do understand the Japanese, right? So like I'm just like, oh, that's wrong. Or like sometimes the way the way they sub certain cultural things is weird. I would have missed Joe Yuri talking if I did season 2 dub. True, true. I haven't watched Squid Game season 2. I'll watch foreign sub with subs, and I always English subs rather than Norwegian. I mean, I would assume the quality of the Norwegian subs are probably not as like there's probably not as many people doing it. Like probably like there's probably not that many Korean to Norwegian translators. And they just squeeze in some slang. Possibly, possibly. Netflix subs are ugly. I think the worst ones are I think it's Crave. The subtitles like always like break. A lot of times the subtitles like don't show up properly, which is really annoying. Or some shows like the subtitles are like too far ahead. They're like they're not in the right timing, so you like accidentally like spoil something when you read too far ahead. Subtitles lie often and will simply take things out of context, can totally flip the narrative of some shows and movies. I don't think I've ever gone that far with that. Like noticed subtitles that are that far off, but I just noticed like sometimes they'll like swap out a word or something, you know? Anything that's on a kid show, me to watch it with English sub. I actually watch even English shows with English subs, so I don't know if that's a me thing or if it's a because like I feel like Japanese subs wouldn't really help me much because I can't read. Have you ever seen The Last Samurai with the actor Tom Cruise? Did he play an Asian person? Is it a Ghost in the Shell situation? One Sunday, you're bored going into Disney Plus to start going down the foreign language version of songs rabbit hole. Pretty cool stuff. Disney does a really good job at translating their songs to different languages. I mean, I can't speak for every language, but at least for Japanese, they do a really good job at translating. It does not sound awkward at all. When you compare it to like K-pop English versions or like K-pop Japanese versions are like not good. But Disney does a really good job. Subs are important. Exactly. I mean, especially like for me, obviously it's not that important because I'm not hard of hearing, I think. But obviously for people who are hearing impaired, it's very important for the subs to be like accurate and, you know, on the screen at the correct time. He gets accompanied by bodyguards. He can't escape. His guards don't speak English or talk to Tom at all. So Tom just ends up calling him Bob. Fair enough. Okay, enjoy. I hope you all enjoyed the movie Protagonist. I mean, someone said it was good. Was it Ratsy? Someone said it was good, so enjoy it. I was surprised at how well they do your translation to song, blew my mind. I think it's because they like rewrite the lyrics from scratch. I think that's what they do. Instead of just like translating it directly, I noticed that they just kind of like take the meaning of the song and then they just rewrite the lyrics. They don't like translate each line like they do in like K-pop, which sounds really awkward. And then like they also like I've noticed like when I've noticed this often in like video game localizations and stuff like that. Like Pokemon, for example. Like the Pokemon names, if it's like a pun, they'll make some sort of like pun in like the other language as well. Which is really, really impressive. Like for example, like in Animal Crossing, the joke with like the turnip stock market is like kabu, which is the name for stock, is also the name for turnips. So it's like a pun because it's like a homonym, right? But then in English they make it like the stock market, like STALK, like a vegetable stock. So like honestly, they do such a good job of stuff like that, right? Like obviously, it's not a you can't do an exact translation because like our word for stocks is not the same word as turnips, right? But they make it work. It's kind of crazy. I read an article about professional translators once, and their jobs are really hard because they have to transfer over themes, cultural expressions, alliteration. Yeah, exactly. Like stuff like wordplay and stuff like that. Like that stuff would be so hard. I think even me, like, I'm like fairly fluent in Japanese, but I think I would have a really hard time. I think I would need to improve my Japanese like a crazy level just to be a translator. Not that I want to be, but if I wanted to. Yeah, I think it requires a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill. And probably a lot of people working together, right? Like, one person might have more cultural knowledge, one person might have more like vocabulary, whatever. Like, maybe they just have. You don't even understand Western cultural expressions half the time. Anakin, I have the high ground. How do they translate that to Japanese, huh? Maybe I'm curious. What would they say? Do they say that literally in every language? Does it make? And then everyone's like, huh? Like that makes no sense. It must be a bad translation. Little do they know. Little do they know that it makes no sense in English too. I say high ground in Japanese. I don't know. Like they must have a term for it, but I actually have no idea. There must be a word to signal that, because like it's like a tactical fighting military thing, no? Um, upper ground. Um, what's it? Napcap Max Aura. Oh no, I'm Aura farming. Put the two together and boom, translate. That's like the Google Translate version. Who knows? And welcome in, Jay. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been well. Yeah, I took some time off, but I am back. I'm back. On the K-pop songs too. They're like, just take the words, put them together. If you just said that in Japanese, people would be like, "What the hell are you saying?" Like, what are? Now I'm curious how they translate it. Do they say Anakin's? I hate sand. He just says that. What song? It says it's Ive is off the record. Kind of good. You broke your leg recently, so it could be better. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope it's not too bad, and I hope it heals quickly. I don't know how quickly legs heal, but yeah. That's gonna be my preschool Japanese when I go there. Everyone's gonna be like, this guy speaks weirdly with he speaks like Anakin, you know? I've Liz, Yujin. Ooh. Gonna hit them with the high ground to prove how fluent I am. Do it. Hit them with your weird Star Wars quotes, and they're like, oh, this guy's such a LARPer. Edman played the playoffs with a broken leg. There's a guy in the playoffs with a broken leg. Coming home from work and he got clipped by a car. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That's terrible. I'm glad you're relatively okay though. Just gonna never beating the Lord for allegations. Exactly. I'm gonna be like, I got a Honda and a Sony PlayStation. They're gonna think I'm cool. Right. You're gonna be like, who's this weird gamer nerd? Come on. There was Tampa is out now. He was playing with a broken leg. Oh my gosh. All good though. Keeps me out of work and you're being paid to be at home. Okay, that's good. Get lots of rest and just chill. Don't like try to do too many things with your leg. Yeah, that's good that you're getting paid to be at home. That's the ideal job. Get some movies on, get some games or whatever you like to do. Enjoy it. You're chilling out. Nice. I'm glad. Calling it a Sony PlayStation makes you sound old. I've added Sony in there for the Japanese reference. Yeah, the Japanese people would think you're so cool. Sony. You're up for the day. Hope you guys have fun on stream. Yeah, I'm gonna head out soon anyway. I have Pilates. But yeah, thanks for watching, Hero. I appreciate it. Take care. At least someone thinks I'm cool. That sounded so sarcastic. That's so cool, bro. Good job, buddy. Wouldn't Toyota and Nintendo be better? Yeah, people feel like, Toyota? But yeah, Nintendo definitely. I think Nintendo's more popular. You have a Honda, a Sony PlayStation. I like Sakura. I have Max Aura in Japan. People are gonna think you're so weird. I remember I had a viewer who kept like telling me about like sake and like bullet trains. I was like, bro, like just because I'm Japanese doesn't mean we have to talk about sake and bullet trains. Like, leave me alone. That reminds me of that. But yeah, welcome in, lad. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, sometimes there's people like that. They're like, oh, you're Japanese? Do you like soy sauce? And you're like, bro, like, can you just not? Can you not just like list every Japanese thing you know at me? Like, thanks. How do you feel about Shinkansen? That literally, that's what happened. Yeah, that's literally what they came in with. I was like, can you stop? Just bring your katana for max street cred. Yeah, you definitely will not get arrested. Trust. They instantly come in with this date. Exactly. And they're just like, oh, like, I love sushi. Don't worry. Like, okay. It's super weird. Cute shirt. Thank you. It's new. So my fancy shirt. I'm gonna go now and go into Japanese girl saying thoughts on soy sauce. Soy sauce is definitely an interesting one to pick. Your ultimate favorite is, are you from the north or south? Dude, I've heard like some Korean people actually do get asked that. Like, just like, are you from the north? Are you from North Korea? So do you like earthquakes? Oh no. True. That would actually be a deeper cut though. Like if you're like, oh, there's a lot of earthquakes. So soy sauce. Okay, if someone came up to me and asked about soy sauce, I'd be like, I wouldn't even think they're being racist. I would just think they're really weird. Next time ask them back if they like hot dogs and baseball. True. And they're Canadian. I'll be like, so do you like maple syrup? You just say the north because it confuses them. Fair enough. How is it tsunami? Oh no. I was actually in Japan during the 2011 earthquake though, so I can't even not be in that, you know? Like, Miji would run away first. I would. If someone came up to me and said, hey, do you like bullet trains? Are you Japanese, first of all? Yes. Do you like bullet trains? And it's like, yeah, I'll be like this. Or maybe they're just one of those people who's really into trains. Some people are just really into trains. How do you feel about 15? Exactly. Did you cause it? Yeah, I jumped off the plane too hard and the ground started shaking. Um, yeah, I ran the tsunami. And I was in Tokyo, so it was okay. You'd run before they even got to ask a question. If someone came up to me and said, "Are you Japanese?" Unless they were also Japanese, I think I would run. Yeah, I'd be like, "No, sorry, goodbye." But I've only ever gotten hit with the "Where are you from?" like twice, and once was in London Heathrow Airport. So like it wasn't even in here, but like here, like no one asked that because like the population of Vancouver is like 60% Asian. Like no one asks like where are you really from? Because like that's like a stupid question to ask. Like you're surrounded by like Asian Canadians your whole life. Like but then one person did ask me that. I was like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like I was like looking around. I was like, like 70% of people in this store are Asian. Like, are you really that you don't know that you don't know about this? Like, did you just move here? Like, I don't know. In Wakamin Star, if you're doing well, you prefer bow and arrow trains, slingshot trains. True. Um, Someone comes up and opens their mouth and we just full sprint scream. Yeah, we do not trust strangers. You went into an owl bear well shape and jumped out of the plane and digged in big damage. True, that's what happened. Yeah. And then it create water, and then suddenly there was a tsunami. Like, I'm gonna start asking Asians in Asia if they're from Canada. There might be one. Yeah. I found out problems with where are you from when I went anywhere outside of London. I mean, I don't have a problem with where are you from. Like, it depends. It depends like where you ask it. Like at an airport, valid. They could be from anywhere. Or if you think they're not from Canada, you can be like, where are you from? But then, like, when that person asked me that, I told them like what area of Vancouver I was from because I thought maybe like we knew each other. Like I thought like they were like, oh, like where are you from? And it's like, oh, I'm from like West Vancouver, or like that's not actually where I'm from, but like just as an example, I'm from like South Vancouver. Like like maybe I thought that was like the question. But then like if someone answers and you're like, oh, like where are you really from? I'm like, bro, I was born here. I was born here. Um. I'm a Korean Canadian, so I'll ask. I mean, you can tell though. Like if you're in, I mean, I don't know if it's the same with Koreans, but like in Japan, I can tell if someone's like Japanese or like Japanese Canadian. Um, West Van, Maruji Ridge. No, no, no. Um, you don't mind it either. I just hate it when they keep going and get more Yeah, I don't like when they don't take like I don't like when they it's like also like why do you need to know, like you would never ask that to a white person, like you would never ask that to a white person, be like where are you from, like what is your European ancestry, like are you Scottish or are you Irish? Like no one would ever ask that. You're not from Canada, that's okay, that's okay. You can tell for real, you can, I mean, yeah, you can tell just like the way they're dressed, the way they're acting, they're like you could just tell. I think I do. I get clocked as like not like Japanese, like living in Japan Japanese, until I switch over my entire wardrobe to Japanese clothes, and then no one can tell. It depends what I'm wearing. It like legitimately depends what I'm wearing. Being mixed, I can definitely tell which one of us is like me or full. Oh, I guess if you're mixed, it's kind of a giveaway. I'm white, and people ask me that all the time. They might mean like where do I live or grew up or people ask you about your ancestry, really? Because like I can understand being like, oh, like where'd you grow up? Like where are you from? And people are like, oh, I'm from Montreal or something. Like something like that. That's totally fine. Um, but then people don't take that as an answer. Like people, I mean, I this obviously I haven't not been, like I said, I've only been asked this like twice. But if I just say like, oh, I'm from this place, or I'm from Vancouver, I'm from Canada, and then they're like, oh, but like where, like it's not like they're really asking you like what, not race, but like what nationality or um Your dad told me when white guys ask him if he can speak Spanish, since he's Mexican, he asks them back if they can speak French. That's valid. That's valid. I'm Asian, so most people can't tell, but with two of my sisters, they're Asian. You could tell instantly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Genes are weird. Some half like or like I guess in Japanese they call them like hafu, but like some people look really white, some people look really Asian. You never know what will happen with the genes. And sometimes people ask me if I'm half, and I'm like, I'm literally not. No one asked me because I just look Canadian. Yeah. Where are you? Oh, you got asked. You don't act Canadian. Yeah, no one asks like, what white are you? You know, like, come on. Okay, I also have to get going pretty soon. I have Pilates. Please pray for me that I do not die at Pilates today. So no one thing, at least where I grew up, at least just they're just making Yeah, no, it's totally fine to ask like, I mean, I've never personally experienced people asking like people's heritage or whatever, but like, it's totally normal to ask like if you're at school and like people come from all different neighborhoods, you could be like, oh, like where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Whatever. But yeah, sometimes people have like weird intentions behind it. It's where are you from, never how are you from. True. We're just gonna cancel tomorrow. You wanna start? I'll just be sitting here. Good luck with Pilates. Don't die. Thank you. But yeah, I will get going. It was great to be back, yapping as usual. But yeah, if English friend was ask people because he's a little cultural and language geek. If he learns a new, he'll come, but it'll come across really intrusive at first. Yeah, it's a bit much to ask at the start. You're doing LARPing. You're playing Magic with friends. That's LARPing behavior. But yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific as usual. Join the Discord if you haven't already. But yeah, I'm gonna be. I'm not taking a break for probably the rest of the summer. I think, at least not a significant one. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. We'll be back to our normal schedule. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.